quick question. And what is the name of the shop that Robin and Steve work at in Stranger Things Season 3? 215-263-WMMR. And why not? We'll go to somebody named Nancy, another character from Stranger Things. Hi, Nancy. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Nancy. What's the name of the place in the mall where they work?
Scoops Ahoy.
You got it.
Scoops Ahoy.
Hang on, Nance. Got yourself a $150 Fogo de Chao gift card. Fogo is a culinary experience and the best place to discover new favorites like their new bone-in ribeye and bone-in double-cut pork chop. As part of the full Trasco experience, you can make a reservation for Center City or King of Prussia at Fogo.com. All right, I got a few things to get to. We'll start with this. After being charged with 4 counts of sexual assault against 3 different men in the UK last week, Kevin Spacey said he will voluntarily appear in the court to face these charges. He said in a statement to Good Morning America, I very much appreciate the Crown Prosecution Service's statement in which they very carefully reminded the media and the public that I am entitled to a fair trial and innocent until proven otherwise. Spacey continued saying, while I am disappointed with their decision to move forward, I will voluntarily appear in the UK as soon as can be arranged and defend myself against these charges, which I am confident will prove my innocence.
Well, he was acquitted of at least one domestically, right? There was that situation, I think it was in Martha's Vineyard or something, or he was on trial for one, and he was acquitted of that, so I guess he's going to take on all of them.
Yeah, I guess so. So it's underway. Kim Kardashian, this is a follow-up. She got a bit of flack when a viral Beyond Meat ad came out last week.
Yeah,
we were talking about this, featuring her as the brand's chief taste consultant. And she said in the commercial, I believe so much in the mission of Beyond Meat that I've stepped in to help with my greatest asset, my taste.
Aww.
And then fans criticized her for not actually taking any bites of the food that she was promoting. Well, yesterday, Kim posted a series of behind-the-scenes videos to her Instagram stories showing herself enjoying the Beyond Meat products.
So it's the director's cut of the commercial.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep, the outtake show. Kardashian biting into a burger, sausage, and tenders.
Now, I think we were used to, like Carl's Jr. would always have, you remember they'd have these models like Padma
Paris Hilton did one.
Yeah.
Padma Lakshmi did it. And a few others.
And they would take
real
huge,
sexy.
Yeah.
And they would take a huge bite of the burger.
Right, yeah.
Yep. She wrote, guys, come on.
Guys.
Under the clips, Beyond Meat also shared the reel of outtakes captioning the post, what Kim Kardashian said.
Look, I'm eating.
A lot has been kept under wraps when it comes to Margot Robbie's Barbie movie, but one thing we know for sure is that Simu Liu had waxed his entire body for the film.
You'd have to.
He said waxing has been an education, to say the least. The Shanxi actor said it was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
I think Casey can agree with that.
Yes, I hated every single second of it. Surprisingly, though, the butthole hurt the least.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that's the one we were looking forward to causing the most pain to you, and yet it wasn't that tough.
Walk in the park.
Yep.
That one I was like, ooh, more.
More of that hole, please.
You know, he's in town next week, Simu Liu. He's doing a show at the Kimmel Center. We're trying to get him on the show. Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
He's such a talent, and I think we might have some tickets to give away next week as well.
He's fun, too. He's got, for a guy who's got all those attributes, he has a very self-deprecating way about him.
He said, I have such a newfound admiration for the incredibly brave women who go through this on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
He went on to comment on the mystery surrounding the movie. He said, the discourse online is giving me life. With every casting announcement or bit of news, they're like, what is this? And that's perfect. The less you know about it, the better, he says.
All right, who is this guy?
Shanxi.
Know him? Oh, okay.
Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah, he played him, and he was also in Pacific Rim. So he's an up-and-coming action guy, but he's doing some other things. He's going to be in the Barbie movie. So, Machine Gun Kelly says that Pete Davidson showed up at his birthday party back in April with Batman. The big surprise happened when Davidson asked if he could bring a plus one, and he invited Robert Pattinson to come along.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Kelly said, I was like, you brought Batman.
Did he bring Ben Affleck?
No, he brought Robert Pattinson. He said everyone kept coming up and was like, dude, is Batman at your birthday party? In an interview with Jimmy Fallon.
Where is the bathroom?
Kelly explained that one Easter when Davidson showed up at his house with beer, he took him to Sandra Bullock's house where they ran into Jennifer Aniston and other major stars.
Wow, they have my parties are never like that.
And the two have become really good friends, apparently. And Davidson is in Machine Gun Kelly's movie, Good Morning.
I would have a hard time with Rob Pattinson not, going all Batman. I think that's probably why it's best that civilians don't attend celebrity parties.
Probably.
It was really good. You were good.
Yesterday, Bo Burnham dropped an edit of unreleased material from his 2021 Netflix comedy special, Inside, to mark the project's one-year anniversary. And he called it the Inside Outtakes. I saw just a little bit of it yesterday. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that he left out.
What an interesting show that was.
Oh, my God, it was fantastic.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. And
it's almost like a psychological profile.
It is, yeah. And it's funny, but it's moving and it's sad and it's really insightful. I thought it was a really good glimpse into like psychology.
You want your mind blown, Nick? Watch Promising Young Woman.
Okay.
He is. Yeah. He's the main love interest in a story that goes completely awry. And after watching the special, I was watching the movie, I'm like, he's not like he's covered or wearing prestige, but the guy in that special is so different than this guy that I was like, oh my God, it's him.
Yeah, and he does such smart comedy. That's the thing, is it's really cerebral stuff. So he wrote on Instagram a year ago today, I released a special called Inside. I've spent the last 2 months editing together material that I shot for the special but didn't end up using. And it will be on my YouTube channel in 1 hour. I hope you enjoy it. Inside was an insular project which he filmed by himself without a crew or an audience over the course of one pandemic-stricken year from March 2020 and May 2021. The footage that he dropped yesterday was edited between April and May of this year. Of course, he won 3 Creative Arts Emmys for that particular special. All right, Steve, the entertainment news well is so dry today that I'm reporting on a manicure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jennifer Lopez. I know, Kathy, you're in.
Okay, tell me.
Two things.
Tell me
Jennifer
more.
Lopez and manicure. You're in.
She's dating Batman.
She is showing her love for Ben Affleck with a custom manicure.
Okay.
On Tuesday, celebrity manicurist Tom Bachik shared a photo of the manicure, which included a gold cross design with B for Ben, of course, and J for Jen.
Tell me, did you dip your patties in the water?
You will. On her ring finger, the design also featured a gold heart on her middle finger. And the manicure was
that about?
Perfect match to her gorgeous green diamond engagement ring.
Man, she posted
I mean, it is. It's a cute manicure, but that's
beautiful.
a stupid story.
All right, well, here's a better story than Kathy, because she posted these bikini photos on Instagram yesterday that are unbelievably hot.
Yep.
I love her.
Yeah, I know. You do love
Is she
her.
your number one? Is she your bestie fantasy
look at
girlfriend?
Her. She's 50-something. Look at her.
Yeah, she's 52 years old. She's in great shape.
I'm looking.
Yep. She had said...
Tell me, do you have a boner? You will.
Wait, hold on. They're engaged?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I missed that.
This has been going on for a while.
I mean, I know they've been together for a while. I
Do
didn't
you
know she
remember
had
taking a picture with David Faustino?
No.
You will.
You won't.
You know that I don't. No, I guess I missed the green ring.
It was like every week there was a news story about them. She showed up wearing his shirt to go to the private plane. Then 1 week they were engaged.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that story. I like that they rekindled an old romance and it's working for them.
So in April, she opened up
Batman
about the diamond's unique color. She said, I always say that the color green is my lucky color. And she shared at the time, pointing out the iconic jungle print Versace gown she wore at the 2000 Grammys. She said, maybe you can remember a certain green dress. And I've realized that there are many moments in my life where amazing thing happened when I was wearing green.
Do you have an amazing moment color, Preston, that you love to think about?
No, not that comes to mind.
I really don't have that in my
amazing
life.
color moment. It is interesting. I would like to find a color that gives me some kind of confidence.
Like,
you know what I mean?
People talk about having your signature scent, the cologne that you wear. What would be your signature color? What do you feel you look best in?
Oh, God, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think I look best in any particular color. I guess black, maybe. I don't know.
Like a Johnny Cash kind of vibe.
But I did, for the longest time when I was a kid, green was my color. Like that was, kids have their favorite colors.
Their color.
And green was definitely mine. Casey, what was yours? I'm sure you know.
Oh, I don't. As a kid, I don't know, but I definitely like greens and blues. I only just started really getting into blacks and reds. But Steve, you said your signature scent. I have scents as well.
Yeah.
And I met this guy on Thursday night. I was talking to Paula and our sales staff, and this guy came walking by, and his scent trailed him, and he smelled really good. And Paul's like, "Oh my God, he smells amazing." So I was like, "Well, let me find out what he's wearing, dude." This guy was wearing cologne that cost $400.
Holy hell! What was it? Splooge?
Yeah.
Splooge.
Geez, it was called Aventus, I think, maybe Prada.
Wow! Oh, a Prada scent. Wow.
Listen, I wear cologne, and my scent it's like $100. And
Yeah.
I think that's expensive, but $400 I couldn't imagine. Kathy, you don't wear perfume. I was
Hell
gonna-
no.
I know.
$1 or 400. Get away from me.
Yeah, you stink bag.
Wow. All right, I have other things to report. Deadline reports that Volume 1 of the 4th season of Stranger Things brought audiences back to Netflix. The streaming platform had its biggest premiere weekend ever, with 286.79 million hours viewed, beating out the second season of Bridgerton with 193, by far, went way beyond that.
I love that show. I love
do
the
too.
4th season.
It is the best. We've got one more episode to go. We could have watched it last night. I'm like, let's hold on. Let's wait one more day and get a little bit more out of this.
It's the last season, which is bittersweet because I love it. But I'm also interested in seeing, as I said yesterday to you, Preston, what the Duffer Brothers, who created the series and write and direct most of them, will do after this.
Yep. Speaking of Stranger Things, Winona Ryder is going a little bit grunge for Marc Jacobs' latest campaign. The Stranger Things actress, who is 50 now, donned a chic black dress with a low-cut neckline for one of the looks as part of the designer brand's latest photo shoot. She looks really hot.
Oh, really?
Yes, she does.
Oh, good for her.
A pair of tan platform boots completed the ensemble, and Ryder served sultry glam with a heavy dark eyeliner.
I see what that means.
That matched her nail polish. The campaign serves as the official launch of Marc Jacobs' new
Tell
purse.
me, what does that mean? There's no words on it.
Let's do it live.
Let's do it live. F it. We'll do it live.
The J. Mark shoulder bag is the new purse. Which is available today and comes in a variety of colors, including blue, magenta, orange, and green, as well as black and white and tan.
How much?
Ryder wore the bag as a clutch, a crossbody purse, and a shoulder bag in each of the photos. I don't have a price on it as of yet. But Nick pulled up these photos. Yeah, doesn't she look great, Nick?
Yeah, she does. And the ad campaign is My Winona.
Oh, like my Sharona.
Yep.
Oh, it is?
From Marc Jacobs, yeah.
This comes nearly 20 years after her first collaboration with the fashion brand. She previously served as the face of the label's Spring 2003 campaign.
Didn't somebody want to collab with you on Instagram, Preston?
Yes, I did get somebody slid into my DM and they wanted to collab.
They wanted to collab.
Ryder also became an ambassador for Jacobs Beauty brand in 2015. In a separate photo, she's wearing a black leather coat with tan fur trim. She went with a lighter fashion for the third outfit, wearing a slinky light blue dress and black lace trim. And she accessorized with a pair of black platform strappy heels.
I don't think she saw that much.
She
I
previously
don't see it.
She previously opened up about playing characters her age in 2016.
Edward Scissorhands.
To Time magazine.
That's one guy you don't want finger blasting you.
Oh, my God.
Right, Kathy?
the premiere of Stranger Things, and
He's wrecked that thing.
she found it liberating.
Wow.
She said, I know there's a lot of conversations right now about ageism, and I know a lot of actresses who have a tough time, and I've gotten offered those mom parts. But you can make something of it. For me, I'm finally getting to play my own age, and it's liberating. I would not want to go back to be playing the ingenue.
By the way, there is one more season of Stranger Things after this. There's
I
a
thought
season,
this was the final.
No, there's a season 5. It was confirmed by the Duffer Brothers earlier this year. So
Hope
Yay.
springs eternal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's the
excellent.
greatest news of the day.
By the way, dude, I love her character, Joyce. When she starts getting pissed off,
Yeah.
it's like when Kathy here gets pissed off, how much I love that.
Yeah.
I love seeing her get mad and just like she's just not having it.
Yeah,
you know?
because her mom, she's not, I wouldn't say mousy, but she's demure.
Yes.
in her usual thing. But when
Yeah.
she's fighting for her kids,
Oh.
like in the first series where she knew she was right, she knew something
Oh,
was going
yeah.
on with those lights.
Yep.
And it was great.
Yep. It's everybody on that show is fantastic. All right, let's see. People reports that more details have emerged about Matthew Morrison's exit from So You Think You Can Dance.
This is not good, Kathy.
No.
A source close to the show told the publication that Morrison had, quote, an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. But the source said they didn't have sex, but he reached out to her through flirty direct messages on social media.
Flirty direct messages. Those are FDMs.
Yeah, FDMs.
Flirty direct messages.
So was he the host of this show or something?
He was one of the judges.
One of the judges,
Of course, you know, he was a big star on Glee. He was very popular.
What's his name again?
Matthew Morrison.
Yeah. So I guess, if you're a judge, you can't be doing that
You can't be
stuff.
banging or at least making overtures to the contestants.
Yeah, she felt uncomfortable with his line of comments and went to producers who then got Fox involved, and he was fired after they did their own investigation.
And here's the extra salt in the wound, Preston. He's married, has a family, and his wife just gave birth a couple months ago.
Whoopsie.
Yep.
Yep. So those are some of the details
Not
coming
good.
out.
No Glee there.
All right, do we have we got clips?
Yeah,
All right, let's do these.
Clipperoonies.
Clipperoonies. I need a little. I can't do it without drum roll. There we go. Thank you. Casey on the drum roll. And I'll need the clip queued up, please, Marissa. The faith of a police detective is shaken when investigating the murder of a Mormon mother and her baby daughter in what that seems to involve the church in Under the Banner of Heaven. And in this clip, Wyatt Russell talks about how the idea of family translates across all cultures. Here we go.
I think that competitive nature exists in most families. I don't think that's exclusive to Mormon culture. Every family has a version of my brother or my sister has done this, and I want to be seen like this in the eyes of my father or in the eyes of my mother. So I think that in terms of importance, just in setting up a family dynamic, you can leave Mormon out of that.
Under the Banner of Heaven is available on FX with Hulu now.
So I'll say this is Wyatt Russell's breakout role.
Yeah.
Where you see how good an actor he is. He is phenomenal in this series.
All right, here's the next clip for you. Kelly Clarkson continues to be a grow her daytime TV career.
She's a grower, not a shower?
Yeah. What you do, Clarkson?
I'm just reading this stuff verbatim.
All right.
All right, she continues to be a grow her
What you not do, you?
her daytime TV career before taking over for Ellen this fall.
You do karaoke.
And here she talks about her best Kelly Clarkson show guest, including one of Kathy's favorite actresses. Here we go.
I love Sandra Bullock. That was fun. Like I just am a big fan. I love meeting people that you love. But honestly, I love a lot of the guests. Like all the celebrity guests I've loved. It's been really fun. The ones that are really cool for me and make me feel like I have like purpose. Like 'cause sometimes I meet these people on my show and they're more like our human interest stories of like these incredible people doing incredible things.
Shut the up!
New episodes of the Kelly Clarkson Show premiere weekdays at 2, and that is on NBC.
I wonder if she'll be able to carry the torch the way Ellen did.
No.
You're not as much a fan of Kelly.
I
Are
don't
you a
think
fan
so.
of all of Kelly?
Whatever. I mean, that clip was annoying, but I could give or take her. No, there's no way she'll fall into that footstep.
Wow. Okay.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't watch the show enough.
You just like the
she's-
karaoke.
She's a likable person, I think. Or your friend hates her. I don't know
my friend
why.
hates her,
But I think she's a likable person. But what it comes down to with shows like that is what your interview chops are. If
Yes.
you really can't do it, it'll show, and people will get tired of that quickly.
Well, Ellen's thing too is she had the comedic edge.
Yes.
So they could do things like scaring people and having the guy in the desk, and they could get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she did so well, too,
Yeah.
though, because she wasn't, I wouldn't even say she was like an amazing interviewer. I mean, compared to Oprah, because Oprah,
Right.
when Oprah left and then you had Ellen, it was completely different. She couldn't do like serious interviews like Oprah did. That was her whole thing, was the comedic edge. And that's
It's a
why,
variety show.
And that's why it worked.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily mean serious interviews, but just getting stuff out of people.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I got you.
Yeah.
But it was like, I remember watching her and thinking when things would get, because remember she cried on air Like she would get pretty emotional, so she wasn't necessarily good with that stuff. And I remember thinking, okay, she's not going to be able to do this. But I mean, that didn't matter. Yeah, there's different types of interviews, and she was great at what she did. So
all right, we will see. We will see. All right, there you go. Your entertainment report. We got to take a break. We'll come back in a moment or two. We got a lot of stuff to get to this morning. Fox Good Day, Secret Text Word. I'll tell you about this stuff when we get back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve. All 93.3 WMMR. What's new?
Glad you asked.
The Offspring.
Excellent. Some more free advertising because they have this amazing salsa and guacamole dip.
I don't even want to talk about that. You just made a mess in my mouth. I know I just said
you
that.
just made a mess in my mouth. How am I going to explain it to my mother?
good.
I told you he would do that. He's a football player. Did he give you that line about the big game?
Damn it.
He made a mess in your mouth, didn't he?
Start the countdown clock for when that is isolated and repeated many
already
times.
working on it.
I know she is.
It's like goo. Goo.
Cute.
Did he leave goo in your mouth?
Oh, gross.
Go back to the strawberries. I want to talk about the strawberries.
Yeah, because now he messed it all up with salsa and guacamole.
Yeah,
I'm
skip that.
thinking
Let's go back to
Sweet and savory. The deep fried brownie is glorious.
But she's just saying chocolate covered things.
In general,
and trying to do it yourself.
It's hard because you have to know what's going to be the right consistency.
Kathy, you end up on Pinterest with nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what is this guy's
I just hit the button.
Oh, Jesus. You just made a mess in my mouth.
I'm going to need that over here.
I know you are.
I know you are.
That'll go next.
It was the day I would never forget.
That'll go next with the ball sacks are yummy. Right?
Ball sacks are yummy.
You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. I can't do the stutter thing.
Well, you might be able to.
Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are ball sack. You just made a mess. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball
It's like Max
sacks are yummy. Do it slowly. And
Oh, okay.
Even sexier.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh, wait.
You just made a mess in my mouth.
Ball sacks are yummy.
You just made a mess in my mouth.
Okay.
Sounds a little Mandy-ish.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, dear Lord. What were we talking about?
Just made a mess in my mouth.
No, it's
Hi, my name is Mandy, and you just made a mess in my mouth.
Hey, director Jennifer Lee hinted that Elsa may get a girlfriend in Frozen 2.
What?
Yeah, she said...
That's why it's called Frozen 2 Cold Cooter.
She said, where we're going with it, we have tons of conversations about it, and we're really conscientious about these things.
Listen, I can help warm that thing up.
She said
You let Cold Cooter go.
She said the sequel is expected in 2019.
I consider that a personal achievement that Kathy likes Cold Cooter.
The shocking part is that you didn't.
I was still laughing, and Preston just kept going. I'm like, nobody really
But
said
I mean,
anything
for
about
Kathy
that.
Romano to enjoy Cold Cooter, I think I'm just going to sit out the rest of the show.
Inventive.
Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel have signed on to reprise the roles of Anna and Elsa in Frozen 2. So
They always say this stuff, but they never follow it. This is the Spider-Man where he's going to be gay.
Yeah.
But they never do it.
There's a show, I forget the name of it, but Jace is watching it, and one of the kids in the show has dads. And two dads, and
It's a Disney show, isn't it?
I can't remember. It's
Disney,
a cartoon.
yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
Crazy Family or like Loud Family or something like that. And
we watched a show called My Two Dads.
Yeah.
but I was just surprised. He just watches it like he didn't. It was just normal. Like this one kid has two dads. This other kid has a mom and a dad, and it was just.
Mommy, did you hear Elsa's a lesbian?
Yeah, that'll be next.
It's just totally the other way. It has no sense of it. It's totally fine. Elsa's lesbian?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
It's on Nickelodeon.
The Loud House?
Yes, that's
There
it.
you
That's
go.
it.
Okay, yeah.
No kidding. I have.
We're gay!
I've not
and
seen it.
loud!
And they're pretty. One of the dads is pretty feminine, and they one of the episodes, or at least the one that I watched, they go on a skiing trip, and the dads are very overprotective and nervous that the kids are going to get hurt. And
Wow,
Interesting.
The voice of one of them is Wayne Brady. And then the voice of the other is Michael McDonald, the singer.
I'm in love with a dude. I turn around and he goes to town on me. It feels so good.
That's not what they do in the show.
Is it
in the
really?
Call it the Hershey Highway.
Are you sure it's the Michael McDonald?
Nope.
Okay.
I got distracted by the singing.
Sweet freedom. We're just two dudes and we're getting it on.
Penis by penis
by penis
by penis.
I'm working my way through.
Nick,
obviously, we're approaching it with sensitivity.
Of course we are.
And compassion.
See,
I think it's cool.
We are a progressive show, obviously, not even remotely having fun.
Very different Michael McDonald.
Right,
it's the one from
I know that guy.
Mad TV. There was an actor, Steve, you'd recognize
He's
this guy.
excellent. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and
Okay.
he plays the other gay dad.
It's not the one from
the Doobies.
the Doobie Brothers. Though I've dabbled occasionally, now and then, I like some dudes.
I like your Michael McDonald,
Thank you.
Steve.
I'm a fan of man junk, like it on my head. They call it what they call it, a Roman helmet.
Michael McDonald isn't singing this song.
Oh, God
This
damn
is
it.
Tom Johnston.
That's Tom Johnston. There you go. That's
Thank
it.
you very much.
That's Michael McDonald.
You don't know me, cause I'm your all the lyrics sound like the others.
So it's called, what's it called, Loud House?
Well, that's
Yeah,
Michael
yes.
McDonald, right? Not, and this is Michael McDonald?
You might
Or
be
are they
right.
both?
They're both McDonald.
Both
Mick-
Mick.
oh.
M-C-D-O-N-A-L.
McDonald had a heart. He had a hair. With a and a
I don't know what animal you just
I
said.
don't know.
I don't know what
Neither do
noise. I don't know what noise to make.
and the hair goes. He does the Michael McDonald see and say.
Okay, so Michael McDonald,
The Loud House.
the Loud House.
The Loud House.
Yeah, there you go.
And you were just singing, "Oh, McDonald," gives me a reason to play this.
That was me from 2 days ago. Okay, what else do we have here?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Jeff Franklin, the creator
You don't get news like this anywhere else.
and showrunner for Fuller House and the creator of the original Full House, has been fired from Warner Brothers.
Why?
What happened?
And
What happened to the talented man? He created Full House.
I don't know why you're still here.
don't
know.
even question.
I heard it was breakfast.
There was another time, and I got really pissed off at this one too. A buddy and I went into a bar that had pool tables, and we just wanted to shoot some pool. We weren't there exclusively to do it. It was, hey,
Right.
pool tables.
Let's do it.
Let's shoot a game of pool. So we go over to play pool. Nobody's playing at the table. And we go to play, and there's a couple sitting at the bar. They're like, no, table's ours. I'm like, there's nobody playing here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, our quarters are on the table. I'm like, yeah, but you're not playing pool.
No. Quarters indicate next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my buddy and I'm like, yeah, we want to play against each other. No, you got to play us.
No.
No.
And see, so it was their ownership of the table
No.
because they currently were the winners of, and so I tried to tell the bartender this, and the bartender's like, no, they're right.
No,
I'm like,
you own the table if you stay at the table
and keep playing.
Yes, and then you can put the quarters out
Yeah.
to indicate who's going to challenge the winner.
But
But maybe
apparently
they were looking for somebody to play. They had their quarters
but
there.
they left.
I didn't want to play with them. I wanted to play with my buddy, and we weren't interested in playing.
You're not doing a tournament.
Because we just wanted to play a friendly game amongst ourselves, as opposed to these two a-holes, which of course they were great playing. They were great at pool, and they ended up beating us. But I was just like,
I don't want to play against you.
Does anybody understand
Yeah.
the issue here? They weren't playing pool. They were sitting at the bar, which was empty, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is this? This is what you do.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are a bunch of
This is
dicks.
what you do.
You should have done the thing that
This is your thing.
that the Joker does in The Dark Knight and break it in half. And
I know. We're having tryouts.
I think I have a good idea.
Ask me how I got these scars. My wife was always sad. I just wanted her to smile.
There are times when I wish I didn't care about getting arrested. You know what I mean? Just snap the cue and
So
go.
the question you have to ask yourself Always. Is it worth letting me and my friend play pool?
You're right.
What about this?
Or do you want this cue rammed through your optic nerve?
Steve, that is going to be my go-to from now on. When I have that confrontation moment, I'm going to think about that and maybe pull a joke.
Sure, why not?
You know? Is it the scars?
Scars.
Are they bothering you?
Just wanted her to smile.
I love it. But some people did have to make a night of it on Friday. And one of the stories that we didn't get a chance to hear was from our intern, Christy, because she was up at the Cardboard Classic with us and made a break for it on Friday after the Cardboard Classic. And we heard, now I've already heard the story, but I'll let her tell you
I
guys,
haven't, yeah.
that she ended up having to stay with a stranger, that a stranger took her in, is what I heard.
Right.
So I started asking her about it. I'm like, we should hear this story on the air. So, Christy, you left. Did you leave right after the sledding was done and try to head home?
Yeah, I left at, there was like 2 sleds to go, so we just headed out trying to get out of there. And
yeah, that's a good
what
call.
time?
Yeah.
What time would you say? Because when I left, I went up to the bar after and hung out for a little bit. I left around 1 o'clock. You had to leave around
It was
12, 15?
15?
12:15.
Yeah, okay.
Probably that,
Okay.
yeah. So I got back to the hotel, checked out, started my car,
Right.
went to the bathroom, all that stuff. And then, so I started to leave, and right as I'm leaving, a fire truck must have like exploded or something.
Exploded?
Onto the road. It just tipped over. Someone said that they were going like 90 miles an hour down the road, and there was no, they weren't clear.
You don't exaggerate much, do you? It went from exploded to tipped over to 90 miles an hour.
No, someone did say it was 90 miles
It was
an hour.
okay.
down the
There's
road.
not even the most finely
Someone else's
tuned vehicle
words.
could travel down that road at 90
Well, it was
miles
traveling at 9 miles an hour because it had exploded and it was flying forward, Preston.
Got it. Okay, so anyhow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So there was no getting down the road essentially.
So there was an atomic
Yeah.
bomb blast.
Yes.
So you're looking to get out on the road and get home. Where do you live, by the way, here?
I live in South Jersey.
South Jersey, okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and
just
what
right over the
road
bridge.
is this, by the way? Is this like, did you get out of?
I got out of the resort, and right in front of me, like I was the next car to go, a police officer started putting flares up and everything.
Casey,
so-
whatever that road is that goes to the resort.
940.
940. All right, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow.
So they were redirecting traffic up this hill. It was like the steepest hill I'd ever seen in my life.
There are a lot of them there, yeah.
And trying to drive up, I make it maybe halfway up, and I start rolling backwards. And I don't know what to do. I've never driven in these conditions before. So I'm just sitting there. These people come up to me and said, we'll push you up the hill. We don't really know what we're doing, but we'll push you up the hill. So I'm like, all right, you know better than me. And then this woman comes out of like the thicket. And
She just comes walking out of the woods. Christian in Sellersville. We randomly chose that school, and now you guys text the word teacher to 39333. Send you the voting link, and tomorrow morning we'll find out who that is, and we want to congratulate again Mrs. Becky Edelmayer, language arts teacher at Springfield Monco, and she was today's recipient of the coolest teacher of the year coffee mug and T-shirt, and there you go.
She's going to a dude ranch, she said.
She did say she was going to a dude ranch. I went to a dude ranch. Carter and I took a trip. That was one of the cooler vacations I've ever taken. And we went to Wyoming as well. It's a place called
where you saw a bear.
The Goose Wing Ranch. Yeah, and I was going to ask her, but I didn't want to dive too much into that subject. But yeah, I highly recommend at some point going and doing that type of experience. That, you know, horses and nature and stuff. It was really, really cool. So I hope she has a good time. I would like to stroll the campus of the Just Saying Institute, if you guys don't mind, because I've been doing a lot of research lately.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the newly opened Kathy Romano Menstrual Cup Cafe.
Oh,
No,
my
trust me,
God.
that's not happening.
The cafe. Wow. All right. Well, anyhow, after you swing by there and you get your hot cup of whatever you
Try
get.
the scones. Oh, they're awesome.
I'm going to share this bit of information with you. We were talking about Dude Ranch, and that was a vacation that I took. And when it comes to planning a vacation, apparently it's best to leave it up to the women, according to a few studies. A recent study by Skyscanner, I don't know who that is, but they found 75% of women do the research when planning a vacation, with 95% of those studied being happy with how the vacation then turned out, both men and women. Other scientific studies have found women are more likely to spend time looking for a good vacation, taking into account different factors such as hotel reviews and local travel advice.
This is stands in direct contradiction to you.
Yes.
Who savors planning a vacation.
Oh, you do it?
Yeah. Kathy, not only do, and Casey's been on vacation with me before. We've taken golf trips. Kathy, I type up itineraries.
Oh, yeah, I do the same.
I do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I do all the research. Like, I need to check out every spot, and it might not all happen. Like, we might not visit everything, but I have it there. I never want to be standing around and saying, well, what do we do now?
Totally.
So
I'm with you.
Go to the
planning
packet.
your summer vacation. I forgot about that.
Planning your summer vacation. I like to order houses that still have answering machines, that have haunted basements, and that have bed sheets that cover the furniture. That's what I prefer.
Well, that was your first a beach arrangement. But in your home, Casey, when you actually are taking a travel vacation, going somewhere, who does the bulk of the planning?
Well, that was what I did when we went to New Hampshire.
It was the mountain trip. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the New Hampshire Lake Winnipesaukee trip. And then the following summer was another one in Vermont. And then my wife took over after that. And she's like, "You're cute, you're adorable, but I'm going to get a house that actually has furniture."
Right.
I do TripAdvisor. I read the reviews. I check out the ratings. I do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, like Kathy, I like to have itineraries. I do leave. The way I like to do it is have one activity per day. Here we are. I'm horning in on your activities list, and then but I will also have open time as well. I'm like, okay, here's a few hours of that day where we can just kind of freeform it and figure out what we want to do.
For open time, I have a list of things to do.
Oh, do you?
Okay, so
potential things.
Do you have things that you can back? Because when you get out, I always try to remain as fluid as I can. So when you're out and you always say, okay, maybe we'll just get so tired at this point that we could write this one off. I enjoy that process. And it's the YouTube videos of people who've gone where you're going. Yeah. I find invaluable.
Yeah, if like we were going to Copenhagen, and I'm like, okay, and you find 10 things to do while you're in Copenhagen,
right.
And so it gives you a guide where to start.
That's how you
planning your summer vacation. That's how you do it. Yep.
I like the teamwork that my girlfriend and I have because I'll do like the big parts of it, like and finding the starts and stops, and she'll find the minutia, the things that I would never find on my own, and she'll find like little hidden gems, and I find that so invaluable. So it's a really good, like, we both have our strengths in it, and she makes it better than I would have ever been able to do on my own.
I'm doing research now for I want to take that Japan trip, which has been all my life. I've wanted to visit Japan for next summer 2023.
Okay.
And so I'm doing the due diligence way out in advance and seeing what people say. And but I love that process.
Steve, I have a friend who just went to Africa, and I was talking to him last week about long flights, and he has the means, but he said he's ponying up for like the business class because when he gets there, he doesn't want to be exhausted for like 2 days. So I'm curious as to, when you make this trip.
It's the same mindset.
Like you want to enjoy the entire trip. So if you can do it and can afford it, like to be able to get a good night's sleep on the way over.
You save up, you do what you have to do, because if you get there, and the moment you get there, you're going to have to burn off 2 days while you get yourself, on a schedule. That's going to suck. So, not that I will have ever been able to have a full night's sleep on a plane, but when you have one of those little cubicles or one of the, what do they call them, pods, it does make a difference if you can get more recumbent.
The way I travel, I like to ask people who have been there, and I get a list of. I try to find as many people who have been there, and then I take their lists and I start comparing it. But I don't look at it until I get onto the plane.
Really?
And the plane is when I start looking at it.
That's your level of preparation?
You don't plan.
So I don't plan
anything.
I like going to a place and I have a hotel room for maybe the first night or two. And then after that, it's like asking around, finding places to go, and doing that kind of thing.
This looks interesting. The Eiffel Tower.
Oh, yeah.
What's that about?
I mean, I did that in Cuba. We had a hotel room for like 2 nights in Cuba. And then the rest of the trip was just kind of in the air. So we went to, but we went to Bañales, and we went to all of these places that we didn't know existed. Well, because you couldn't find anything about Cuba out there.
Right.
We did it last summer on a road trip to Vermont. I don't know. It's just, you kind of have a couple of plans, and then if they work out, they work out. If not, you just start asking around and finding a place to go.
I believe in a little bit more structure.
Me too.
So that you can, and in fact, I don't demur from having a pre-done tour package, and Japan, I think, is going to be a lot of that because you need you're dealing with a big language barrier, A, and then B, you need people who know where the hell they're going.
And here's the thing, too. When you do trips like that, like, no matter where I go, I'm likely not going to go back. So I don't want to miss, I know I'm not going to see everything, but I don't want to come back and somebody go, you didn't see the Eiffel Tower. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to make sure at least I get in a significant amount because I'm likely not going back.
See, that's it. Like my whole life, I've wanted to go to Japan. So and pulling it together is something that I'm very interested in making sure I do it right. I don't. It's like I want to see the classic things. I'm not going to go there and shun that whole aspect. When I went to England, you went and saw all the stuff you'd see in England. It's all part of the deal.
A 2017 study also found that women do more of the packing and preparing for vacations as well, including renewing expired passports, arranging pet care, and getting someone to put the garbage bins out as well.
Oh, my bags are packed at least. I start 2 weeks in advance.
2 weeks?
Uh-huh.
I don't do that far in advance. I do a couple days in advance.
No.
But yeah.
You and
2
Claire
weeks
would get along. She's got a staging area 2 weeks in advance.
I have a staging area too.
Yep.
Well, I'm still wearing some of that stuff 2 weeks out.
And then when I get home, it immediately. I can't even get upstairs fast enough. I unpack, do the do the wash, and everything is cleaned and ready to be put away.
Kathy, when we had a spring vacation, I went to California. Some of my stuff was still in the bag. I used it at Keenan's last weekend.
No, that's not okay.
I took it on Thursday night. It was the stuff was still in the bag. I'm like, I never wore these boxers, and they're clean. I can wear these on Thursday night.
Last Thursday, I left here, stopped at home for 15 minutes, packed for the entire shore weekend, and then went to Keenan's.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're in the Pierre Robert school of travel.
Oh, my God.
Which is, yeah.
Oh, my God. No, I can't even wrap my mind around the Pierre
I bought
Robert.
64 ounces of shampoo. Can I get on the plane?
Right. All right. So anyhow, according to this study, ladies are the ones that should be doing the planning, except for Marissa.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to be the exception.
Let's see. Just Saying Institute. That's where we are, right? Yes. All right. I have another study, I should say. A hug between romantic partners may do more for a woman than it does for a man. German and Dutch researchers. This is all about the genders.
What the hell's going on here?
German and Dutch researchers looked at 76.
I hugged my wife while she was planning a trip the other day, Preston.
76 heterosexual romantic relationships. They had all participants stick one hand in an ice bath for 3 minutes before they had half of the couples hug, and found that the women in those couples had significantly lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol in their system afterwards compared to those that did not hug.
What kind of BDSM stuff is this going on?
That's a standard study thing where they measure pain and they have you do cold water.
Are you a hugger?
I am a hugger.
Do you hug Rochelle a lot?
Yeah,
I do. I hug Rochelle a lot. No, I hug Claire a lot. I love that.
I'm a hand holder quite a bit.
Yeah,
we hold hands.
I was holding hands with this guy at Wawa this morning.
Wait, what does the cold have to do with the hug?
What kind of comfort you get? It said the stress hormone, the lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol. So from a physical sense, from an actual physiology sense, when given a hug, women get more of that.
Is there a biochemical thing going on?
Yeah, there's a lower level of the stress hormone. So,
Right.
so it just shows that there's some physiology involved
to make your nips hard
when you get a hug. We covered that yesterday.
We covered it yesterday, yeah.
So anyhow, the effect on men was not measurable at all, apparently. The study author says simple advice would be to hug your partner, relatives, or your friends if you know that they are confronted with stress situations soon. It's also not clear why the same effect doesn't occur in men. It's thought that it could be cultural, psychological, or could just be that this study missed the evidence of this. So they may want to do that study a few more times. A hug can make a huge, huge difference.
If you're feeling down, I will say, Claire, I need a hug, and she'll come in and give me one. Give me an 8, and it'll be a good level hug. It just makes you feel better, you know.
And with children too, when your kids are upset or something like that, I found that out that a hug can really
make a difference.
Really make a difference.
That's sage advice, but I do it occasionally at the mall.
No, Steve.
With
That's
other
weird.
people's
That's
children.
good. You can't do that.
And
Probably
that
that's a
is
good idea.
so bad. They've told me.
Stop.
It's frowned upon.
Bad touch.
They've told me it's a bad touch.
Yeah, keep that man away from me. When kids come and hug you, like if you're having a bad day and one of your kids comes up and gives you a hug,
It means everything.
No,
God.
don't ruin it.
Children.
And
It's with the children. You hug me and I'll unlock one of the locks on the door.
But I remember on one occasion when I was going in to use a hug to calm a situation down with one of my kids, and apparently they had gotten to an age where that didn't work anymore, and I was so hurt by that. Oh my God! I'm like, oh no,
No hugs ever.
ever. I'm never hugging you again.
The hug well is dried up for you, you bastard.
Yeah. So anyhow, a hug does make a huge difference.
I believe that 100%.
All right, what else we have here?
I love the Just Saying Institute.
Talking about sex can be awkward, but also rewarding.
Yes, I was talking to these kids in the mall about sex. And they were interested. And I did like with our teacher. I kept it engaged. I acted things out so they could see what I was talking about.
Kept trying to hug them.
Yeah, the good hug.
University of Waterloo researchers found that teaching the benefits of affirmative sexual consent while also validating anxieties people might experience about consent communication is an important step for improving sexual health and well-being.
This is so you're saying that the confidence of making sure that you're moving ahead with the proper protocols, you're being like, so in other words, it's always a good idea to have a notary public on hand when you're
probably
instituting sex.
No, it's just, listen, it is talking about sexual relationships and not necessarily in a graphic sense.
No, to strangers in the mall.
Yeah, something like that. No, overall desensitizing things and making it less uncomfortable is a good thing.
Okay.
Participants noted that consent communication can lead to misunderstandings between partners, interpersonal awkwardness, and increase the risk for negative emotional reactions such as rejection.
Okay.
They also viewed it as enhancing the relationship, creating a context of safety and respect, and being instrumental in clarifying sexual expectations. So this is also talking about, to your partner openly about sex.
Yes, and having like a safe word, why you wear that ball gag.
Yeah, things like that. No, but I mean, it's you can find it to be open and liberating, and ultimately a good thing in your relationship.
Well, when you get good talking about it with your partner, that's when you bring in the other couple, right, Preston?
Because they like to talk about it too. Yeah.
And before you know it, you got a lock and key party.
Mm-hmm. The study also found that identifying and confronting barriers such as experiencing shame and guilt during such conversations.
That's how you know you're doing it right, if you feel shameful and guilty.
Is critical to effective education about sexual well-being education. Now, it can
what
get...
I just did was disgusting.
It can get... If you start to bring up things to your partner that might seem a bit taboo...
Yeah.
I mean, you need to have frank conversations about this, and I say this from experience.
This is Frank.
Hi, this is Frank. Frank's my cuck, and he wants to talk.
He wants to watch.
He wants to watch us. You okay with that? No, listen. There was I know someone who showed me this series of text messages between this couple. They are since not together anymore.
Okay, so this is a good lesson.
And he wanted to dive into some things. He wanted to be spanked,
and she wasn't into that.
Well, they were growing apart. Okay, he had cheated on her on these other things, and he was using this. Now he was talking to her about it, as in, what might make me happier is if you spank me.
Okay.
Oh no. Wait, oh man.
And it's like
these people?
He waited too long. Dude waited too long. He went outside the marriage. He started having other relationships. And now, once she found out... It's okay. Take the low-hanging fruit and spank it.
I need you to stop talking and spank
start spanking.
Oh,
I'll say this.
Getting worse by the minute.
But I think had he maybe approached this earlier than rather than going outside and cheating. You never know. She might have been open to it.
You're 100% right because
I don't know.
You know what, Preston? And I think you're spot on here because what she's going to believe is this what this other woman did for you?
Right.
And so you want me to be this other woman for you?
Right.
And that's not going to sit right.
Mm-hmm. But I guess it is a bit of a leap of faith if you're into something that you know they probably aren't. Yet you want to approach that subject and hope that it doesn't go bad.
And read the room.
Yeah, read the room for sure. Yeah.
I'd like you to take a railroad tie.
If you know for sure that they're not going to be into
hot glue my balls together.
Your kink, it's at that point you have to, I think, make a decision and go, is this worth it? You know
Is
what
it
I mean?
worth it? And know your partner a little bit, you know.
There are really good and helpful sex therapists out there, you know, who all this advice you're giving, Preston, it's exactly what they say. It's open communication, but that open communication needs to start before the affairs and the secrets and whatever, you know.
You don't bring out the dinner before the apps.
Right. So, anyhow, talking about sexual consent and expectations.
I had 3 testicles.
See, finally, he got that off his chest.
Sometimes, Steve, the dinner comes before the app.
Yeah.
And it's a real bummer. You know?
You haven't built up to it.
Nope.
All right. So anyhow, yes, relationships, well-being. Talk about this stuff.
Yes.
All right. Let me see what else we have here. Something completely separate from that. If you need to feel more confident, you may want to adjust the way you stand. Maybe we've covered this before. Researchers say that adopting a power pose can make you feel and behave more confidently.
This is fists on your hips with your legs widely spread, correct?
It's the Superman stance. Yeah. So, no, it involves standing in a posture of dominance. For example,
on someone.
Standing or sitting in a very expansive way.
Right. Like what the man
spread. Yeah. Taking up a lot of space.
See, that's like I will see people doing that on public transit, and that's where that whole man spreading thing came from, where a guy will sit with his legs really
spread out.
Right. You always want to make room to accommodate other people.
Yeah.
I think that's not the situation to do that in.
No.
I was going to say on public transit, it's okay to also kind of take up a little bit of room so nobody sits next to you if you don't. If there's plenty of room around you.
Just keep farting.
That'll get you some space, right, Case?
I don't. What do you mean?
Okay. Researchers from 3 universities looked at data from over 130 experiments with a total of 10,000 participants and found mixed results. For example, participants were found to be more persistent with tasks when adopting a power pose.
All right.
But there was no link found between the power pose and hormone levels. Study author, Professor Astrid Schultz, says that the findings on the physiological effects of power posing are not robust and have not been replicated by independent research groups. The research also pointed out that there were some limitations in previous studies about power posing, including that most did not involve a control group, and almost all of them took place in Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic societies.
That's a lot of gobbledygook there.
I know.
When you go into a room, like, for example, they talk about, like, the power suit and the power things that help you for a handshake when you shake someone's hand and you pull them into you. These are subtle ways of taking control
dominance.
and becoming the alpha in that situation. When you walk into a room, does your posture get better? Do you...
If say we're going to be doing an interview or something like on camera or something like that,
like Superman.
No, but
I'm here.
But I will try to sit up more straight.
Right.
I will try to make sure that my back, that my posture is better because I have a bad posture. I sit with my shoulders down all the time, so I will improve it in situations like that. There have been a handful of times where I'm like, I know I'm going into an intimidating room, and I will kind of push the chest out a little bit and pull the shoulders back. Just to, work it, girl. Just to try to, I guess, show a sign of dominance.
Yes.
I guess.
I think it makes sense.
I don't know if it
But what's
works.
weird, Press, is the way you shake hands is you are, and please don't take this the wrong way, but like you are a submissive the way you shake hands, which is, I think, pretty interesting.
Your hand goes down, and the other person's hand comes in on top. I've noticed that as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So clearly, you like to be dominated.
You like to be spanked.
You want to be spanked too?
You like to be spanked.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
Was it you in that email, in that text chain?
You know what? I maybe I see that differently because Marissa, give me your hand. if I were to pull on Marissa, I wouldn't want my hand over top. I would
Right.
want it on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I think that's I see that as actually more dominant. Now I may be totally wrong on that.
No.
But I guess I've never noticed that I do kind of an underhanded shake. Interesting.
Preston, I think your handshake is welcoming. It's like friendly. It's like
It's open.
You're putting your
Right.
palm out, like,
Yeah.
hey, come here, buddy.
Yeah, I guess I
am
kind of see that.
welcoming you into my world. I want to be friends.
Right.
And dominated.
And dominated, please.
I want you to spank me.
Pee on me.
Spank my hiney. Pee on me.
I love how you hug a Preston because you go arms wide open, inviting. No, you do. And it's
you're a
really
nice
it's
hugger.
a welcoming. I'm going to hug you, and here's how I'm going to hug you. I am announcing that we're going to do it, and your arms go wide open,
I
and
do.
then that person feels comfortable to come in.
Do you remember the first
I
time
do those arms wide open?
The first time we met Kathy, she held out her hand, drew a knife across her palm, and we did the blood oath.
Yeah. Which, by the way, in movies,
Yeah.
when somebody does the blood oath,
Right.
or they're gonna mix blood,
Yeah.
they always cut right across the palm of the hand, like the worst place you could
Right.
cut yourself.
Right.
You need to use that hand for whatever battle you're going into or whatever's going to be
Right.
happening.
And you just effed it up.
Why not cut up by your elbow or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Where you're not. It's not going to come into play
How about
later
the
on.
fat of your ass?
Yeah, that
Or
too.
your non-dominant hand. You know,
Right.
your right hand.
Yeah.
You do with your left
You
hand.
see two guys rubbing their asses together. we're
The blood oath.
naked
It's,
ass.
it's a blood oath. Here, cut your ass.
Yeah, I'm going to need my hand.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, the power pose, apparently there's some legitimacy to that. Man, I want to go back to the handshake thing, but we don't have time.
Damn it.
We got to wrap it up at the Just Saying Institute because we are going to go on Fox Good Day in just a moment. So thank you for stopping by, and hopefully you got a nice cup at the Catherine Romano Menstrual Cup Cafe, which is a new place here. I would like to give away some movie passes. I have a 4-pack of tickets for Jurassic World Dominion, which is next Tuesday, 7 p.m. at the UA King of Prussia. And we'll take callers 10 and 11, 215-263 WMMR, and we will give you those. We'll take a break, and like I said, we're going to go on Fox Good Day, so stay with us. Bizarre File on the way, too. We'll be right back.
It appeared that she was coming out of the woods. She, I did learn that she had parked her car up there, and she lived on this really steep hill. It was like a development of houses, and she says, "Can I get into your car and I'll help you?" And she helps me, and she can't get my car up the hill, so
So she gets behind the wheel.
She
Yes.
gets behind the wheel.
Because she's done this before. We
Yes.
assume because she lives next to this stinking hill.
Yes,
Okay.
so she knows what she's doing, but my car's an old person car, so we're not going to get up the hill. So she decides to reverse down the hill, and as she's doing that, I kind of, I'm really grateful for her, and I'm thankful that she helped me, but I kind of start to realize that she reeks of alcohol.
Oh boy.
So,
seriously?
Man.
yeah, so I was like,
And it's noon.
all right, well, like the cardboard class is going on. Maybe she was like, there, and maybe she was not there.
But she was thirsty, right?
She was thirsty, and she goes, "Is this your coffee or mine?" And I said, "That's mine." And she just proceeded to drink it anyway.
She just picked up coffee and started drinking it.
Okay, I didn't know that this is where the story was going.
Yes. So
At any point did she call you a dirty bird?
no, we
Dude,
didn't get
that's
there.
what I thought immediately. Misery. All right, go ahead.
Seriously.
Well, I need to jump.
What's your name, Annie?
Was this right near the lake by any chance?
It might have been
right near like Split Rock? There's another lodge.
yeah, it was right
wasn't
near the
far.
lodge.
Okay,
I was
so
about a minute walk from there.
I know this hill. Nick, this is the hill that you and I went down.
Yeah, that's where the fire truck
that
was.
we had to
Yeah.
traverse.
That it exploded earlier.
down.
Yeah, going 90 miles an hour.
It was scary going down the hill, not even going up the hill. That's okay. So I know exactly.
but you
where this
potentially
is.
have you have someone who's potentially drunk sitting at the wheel of your car trying to. But you're thankful
Drinking her
for it.
I'm thankful
Drinking your
for
coffee.
her.
Yeah.
Yes, and
At least she offered to help.
I let her have the coffee, obviously, and but she was helping me. I didn't know what else to do. And
That's nice.
she gets my car down the hill,
You have any birth control?
and then we end up in a ditch on like the side because the sides of the hill are like divoted down.
Right. Yeah.
So we end up on the side of the hill. Someone pushes my car out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not driving anymore. I'm gonna end up in a ditch somewhere else alone. So she invites me back to her house.
Let me ask you this. Hang on real quick. Did it end up in the ditch with her behind the wheel?
It did.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
That's when I was like, all right, she needs to get up.
Here,
out
let me
from
help
behind
you.
the
I'm going to
wheel.
run you into a ditch.
Yep.
So I go back to her house with her, and
So you guys had to walk there. You had to walk to her house. You had to go through the thicket again.
How far?
Okay. She just lived at the top of the hill, so we were able to walk. It was like, less than a minute walk.
Okay.
And we get into her house, and, things start getting weird. She starts telling me her boyfriend doesn't believe her, that she couldn't leave to come see him, so she makes me call him and tell him that I had been lost and I needed help, so that's why she can't go see him. And there's all these snow conditions.
How old is she? About?
She had to have been maybe late 40s, 50s, something.
an
not
adult
like
grown
a
woman.
teenage
Grown woman.
Yeah,
My boyfriend. Do me a favor, sweetie.
So I'm like, all right, I'm thankful that she got me away from the hill, but I need to get away from her now. So I just leave my car at the base of the hill, and she walks me to Split Rock, and I just got a room at the lodge. But the lodge is about a mile away from where the restaurant and everything is. So I spent 30 hours with no food, no drink, nothing, and just alone in my room watching
because
cops.
at the base, the story was, and we heard this on Monday, I guess, was, hey, somebody took Christy in. And,
that was awesome.
She got stuck, and they took her, and she ended up having to stay at somebody's house. We're like, well, that was really nice. It was nice of somebody, a local, a local to help out, and and it ended up being this.
You see, I've known for some time why I was chosen to save you. You and I were meant to be together forever. Now our time in this world must end.
And that was Christy's moment.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to be the mom for a second, but you should have never went with her, and you should have called one of us.
Well, see, the thing is, the Verizon towers went down, so I had no service.
From the explosion of
the fire truck.
Yeah.
So the only time I could get service was when I got into the hotel and I could use their Wi-Fi. So I had already had a room at that point, and I was like, well, what am I going to say? I'm stuck, and you're going to say, me too.
Yeah. All right.
No, but instead of going to, I guess you couldn't get in touch with us, but still.
What was the woman's house like? Was she into taxidermy?
No, it was.
I'm working on this owl.
It was old on the inside. I didn't really want to take a look.
Smell like mothballs?
No.
I was also thinking of Pulp Fiction. A spider caught a couple flies.
So here's
Just
the thing.
a moment of opportunity.
I have someone who lives in a box in the basement. I'd love you to meet him. Name is the Gimp.
When Nick and I were going down this hill, there was a car that was trying to go up the hill.
That lady was out of her car.
And it was a like a light colored, maybe like silver Toyota something or other.
Did that lady yell at you?
No.
She yelled at me.
Did she really? Why?
What?
Yeah, well, because she didn't want me to go any further because of the fire. I'm not exaggerating. Because of the fire truck that was on its side down that hill. And she was warning me, but she was doing it in a shocking, sort of half-hinged kind of a manner. And I was like, all right, I got it.
Think it was the same woman?
I'm wondering.
Okay.
Was she wearing a red sweatshirt?
I don't remember what she was wearing, but
I'm not talking about that.
Was she wearing a red sweatshirt that said Archie Bunker for president?
That was on Nick. That was on Lake Drive or whatever. The hill I'm talking about that you were stuck on, I believe, was Estate.
Yeah, that's what it was called, Estates Drive or whatever.
Wow. So how long? So when you got into the house, how long were you in the house?
Maybe like an hour.
An hour?
Oh, you were there that long?
Because I didn't know what
Want to
to
watch
do.
my stories with me?
What were you? Yeah. What were you guys talking about after you got off the phone with her boyfriend?
She kept asking me like really odd questions.
You'll never know the fear of losing someone like you if you're someone like me.
She really wanted to make me a meal. She wanted to take pictures with me.
Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl?
She just wanted to like document the moment that like she had saved someone.
This is sounding very similar to the Hawaii trip, Preston.
Somebody was texting in and asked if there were swords on the wall.
Yeah, it could have gone that way if she didn't leave.
I don't want to be forward, but I can see your dirty pillows.
Did you take?
You don't want boys touching your dirty pillows.
Did you take your jacket off and hat and gloves and stuff?
Yeah, because I was so like
well, you're lovely.
soaked from being outside, so I wanted to get on.
Do you wonder how I got the smile? I know you couldn't see it with my ski mask on. I have this permanent smile that I gave myself, you see.
And so you were there.
Could you call my boyfriend?
So you're there about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus Christ! You must have thought at some point, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get murdered by this person.
Me and Nick just drove right past you.
You didn't know that probably at the same. Yes, they were. What time did you guys leave?
After her.
Yeah.
How long after her?
I left around 12:30, 12:45.
Did you go up that hill?
No, I didn't go that way.
Yeah, I went all the way around and then ended up finding where Casey was.
They ended up coming the opposite way, so they were going down the hill. She was going up the hill.
I was trying to get back to the turnpike on the south side of Dead Boulder.
I felt pretty bad because on my way back to Jack Frost, after I tried to get on the Northeast Extension, I came back and I'm coming through the entrance, and there was a white, I don't know if it was like a Suburban or something like that, that was in a ditch so far so that it was laying on its side.
I
saw that.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it too.
I came upon it, Kathy. And Seattle, Kong Kong. No, I came upon it, Kathy. It must have been shortly after. The windshield wipers were still going. They had flashers on.
wow.
And I couldn't stop. I wanted to help, but I'm like, if I stop, I'll get stuck too. And it's just going to make the problem worse. So I just
See you later!
I know. Good luck! I felt so bad, but I thought that I would.
That's when the wood split. Oh, she's got it. Yeah.
I thought that it would compact the problem if I stopped, and then the next day when we checked out and left, it was still sitting there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I wouldn't have been able to done anything anyway.
That thing was fully on its side. What could you
Was
have
there
done?
anybody in it? Because when I passed it,
I don't know.
There were people helping someone out of it. So
Yeah.
there was like I guess Jack Frost security or somebody was assisting.
There had to have been somebody still. Wait, did you go back to the resort?
No.
No, this is on the way to the resort.
Oh, because there
This
was
is
another
across the highway.
There was another
Okay.
vehicle, a similar vehicle on its side, exactly as you're describing.
Okay, but the wipers
a
were still
lot.
on, the lights were, the flashes were on, so it was still running. So people were probably inside of it.
When you were going through the wallet, yeah.
I just. I had to make a decision.
Some money, credit cards.
Quickly, and I decided to keep going.
Nice.
Yeah.
New app, new iPhone.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. It's. I'm glad you got out of there, though, Christy.
Me too.
I could see you. Yeah.
It sounded pretty bizarre.
Are you a good girl?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't do that ever again.
Yeah.
Did you get her number at least?
I did, yeah. She wanted me to text her when I got home, but I didn't because I was afraid she
Should we
was
call her?
Hi, Christy. It's me from the mountain. You remember me?
Her name was Mary, by the way.
Mary's
Yeah.
the name.
I wonder if she remembers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she
I
documented
don't know.
pictures
Yeah.
and everything.
No, we did not take pictures. I refused.
Really? So what, was she looking for a selfie or was she going to pose you?
Well, she wanted to take a selfie outside, but I had already taken my shoes off at that point. I was like, oh, it's too much to put my shoes back on. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's how you come.
Oh, that's the way it's going to be.
Uh-huh.
Well, all right. Well, cool. Are you gonna, now? You said you're not used to driving in the snow. You know what's funny is the thing you said to me this morning. You go, "I'm from New Jersey. I don't know how to drive in the snow." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? It snows all the time here in the winter."
Well, I just meant
How old are you?
Up 23.
Okay.
I just meant like up in mountain snow. I could drive in New Jersey snow.
New Jersey snow, not mountain snow. Okay. Because New Jersey snow has jug handles and mountain snow doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah, it's much easier.
All right. Thank you, intern Christy, with her
Yeah.
story of survival in the Poconos on Friday during a nor'easter.
You know her experience is psycho.
Yeah, exactly. In yet another case of medical negligence, in India, the severed leg of a victim was allegedly used at Maharani Medical College as a pillow to prop up the man.
What? This is amazing what's going on here. When you're traveling, you have your junk in a tuna can, and now human limbs are being used as pillows.
The victim claimed...
I sort of missed the iguana story.
That hospital staff used his amputated leg under his head as a pillow.
Does that feel better?
After the case came to
Yes,
light,
thank you.
The college principal assured strict action against those found guilty. She said he was given immediate medical aid. The doctor looked for something to raise his head.
First, I created my pillow. Now, my leg. A revolution in sleeping. You're going to love it.
For the best sleep in the whole wide world, visit myleg.com.
That was pretty damn good, guys.
Thank you.
You're going to love it. The leg contours to your head.
So the doctor looked for something to raise his head. Patients,
There is nothing around like a new
shirt
something.
you can wad up or something.
A shirt?
Hey, so Preston had thrown out the stat in the last 4 seasons. Villanova's won more games than any other program in America with 129 wins.
That's it. But Steve, you do it quite a bit.
I do it quite a lot. And I actually specifically request Jorge because the tobacco in his saliva is like an aioli. And that's on the food. Yeah, it seasons it up really nice. Yeah, it just adds to it. No, I hope that I try to tip nicely, so I hope that sends the reputation that, don't pick up my food. You can't guarantee it, but a lot of places have taken to the way that they'll take the box shut or they'll do something to indicate that the bag remained closed because it became such an issue.
Right.
So that gives me a sense of comfort. But if they're transporting it a lot of times, you don't know.
I guess it depends on what you're getting to, because when I was like a teenager, I delivered pizzas, and
that's a tough one.
And there was no way I would ever take a piece of that, or even the sandwiches that came from the pizza shop as well.
You could take a topping, like little
You could take a couple. Obviously, you've done this, Alex. You've worked through this.
Just pick a pepperoni off of there.
She's got like pepperoni slices on her eyes.
Right. But I guess if you're French fries. That's what I was thinking, Mike. If you're delivering fries, I mean, listen, if you're picking up a bag of food for a friend and there are fries in there, you're going to let your fingers do the walking a little bit. It's just natural.
What about when you pick up prescription drugs for your friend? Sure. You'll take a few, right?
Just a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, I would be livid if I found out my driver was eating my food.
There was footage of a guy, if you remember this, he had a straw. It was a delivery guy at the door of a home and took a swig on a milkshake.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's worse.
That's way worse. Yeah.
On drinks, where somebody had. But here's another part of the study. It also found that some drivers have hooked up with someone in their vehicle as they're driving to the location, and some admit to urinating on or near a customer's home.
Yeah, I will take them hooking up and peeing on my house if they leave my fries alone.
Gotta have boundaries, man.
Perspective.
You gotta have perspective.
Yep.
Serve fries with that shake.
That's the wrong way to put it. Seems like they wouldn't, though, with the Ring cameras now. They catch all kinds of stuff. So if you're going to do that, do it before you turn them on.
Ring has changed everything.
Yep.
Yeah, they've gotten caught a lot. In fact, the dude who was caught with the milkshake, that was on a Ring doorbell.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Do you think anybody's ever hooked up there at the studio?
Oh, constantly. We just did it this morning.
Yep.
Wow. No idea. See you next week, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Today it is Wednesday.
All right.
He was like, okay, fine. Yeah.
Enough of that. All right, let's take a look at traffic, see what's happening, and Kathy, what you got for us.
On the Schuylkill Expressway eastbound, we're slow 202 into Gladwin, the Boulevard to the Vine, westbound from the Boulevard out to Gladwin. The Blue Route northbound jams 95 to the Media Bypass. The Vine westbound, we're jammed 95 to the Schuylkill. There's an accident blocking the right lane, so 95. Southbound, slowing from Academy through to Bridge and then the Betsy Ross Bridge to Girard. Northbound side, Chichester Avenue to the Blue Route, Bridge Street to Cotman. Old York Road at Bader Road. This is in Abington. We've got an accident there. Also in West Goshen, Westchester Pike at 202 northbound, an accident. And then in New Jersey, 42 north slowing from College Drive to 295, 55 northbound. Jams Deptford to the 42 freeway. This traffic report brought to you by Amtrak. Gas prices are high, so ride Amtrak and travel without breaking your budget. Book in advance and save up to 50% at Amtrak.com. Restrictions and exclusions apply. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right. These stories that I'm about to bring to you, friends.
Should we brace ourselves?
Well, they have a fine sponsor, and that sponsor is Mulchworks of Aston.
I love Mulchworks.
Highest quality mulch and topsoil that's manufactured on site. Delivery or pickup for residential and commercial markets. You can visit mulchthis.com. I saw this video yesterday, and I loved it. An Australian man had to body slam a kangaroo that chased him down and attacked him. And I mean, he gets his kangaroo in a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
He had to.
The thing was kicking the crap out of him.
Home surveillance video shows the rogue marsupial chasing down the man in Ballina, New South Wales as he flees for safety. The kangaroo chased down the man before tackling him to the ground as the two slugged it out in a drawn-out brawl with both fighters looking worse for wear.
It's a full-on boxing match.
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing
dude.
is big.
Well, look at him take him down, Nick, and he gets behind him. and puts him in a headlock.
He said he was afraid for his life.
Yeah, so footage uploaded after the fight shows the man sprinting away from the irate Eastern Grey before stumbling and hitting the ground. The marsupial then stomps on the man, who gets back on his feet, desperately clutching a stick and swinging it wildly. The man's dog is barking behind him in an attempt to defend its owner as the Roo turns about heel and darts back into attack mode. The kangaroo is able to hop through the first blow, and the two square up, exchanging brutal hooks and uppercuts. Overwhelmed by the quick punches, the man clinches up with the kangaroo to avoid further blows and grabs it by the front foot, pulling it to the ground. Luckily for the victim, he ends up able to pin down the animal, but not without catching a few blows first. It's not known if the man was badly hurt in the attack. Kangaroos are mostly non-aggressive, but thousands of mostly undocumented attacks do occur in Australia when the animals feel threatened.
There's tons of footage. In fact, it ends up on AFV all the time of people going to wherever zoos here. I don't know, wherever they allow you proximity to a kangaroo.
Yeah.
But what they do is they, like the bigger ones, balance up on their tails and kick out with a lot of force.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, now this is worse than that. A 9-year-old girl survived a cougar attack after wandering up a trail with two friends while camping in Northwest Washington State. Happened Saturday morning. The girl fought back while her friends ran for their lives. Adults rushed to help and found the girl covered in blood. She was soon airlifted to the hospital where she's recovering after surgery for multiple wounds to her head and upper body.
Jeez.
It's amazing she lived. Others found the young male cougar and killed it. According to experts, anyone confronted by a cougar should yell at the animal and try to make yourself look bigger than it is. If it attacks, they said fight back as hard as you can and try to stay on your feet. Do not turn around. Don't take your eyes off of the animal and don't run.
So cougars aren't like lion and tiger size, but their method of attack is stealthy, coming in from behind and going for the neck.
Yep, absolutely. And then once they get hold of you, they don't let go.
Yeah.
It's a good question, Casey. Maybe 80 pounds or something like that?
Yeah, around 80 pounds.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, on average. 80 to like 100, 120.
Nick's looking it up. Wow.
All right.
The adult can be 120 to 220
Oh,
pounds.
I didn't know that.
And a female is about 65 to 140 pounds, so they get pretty freaking big.
Listen, let me have a few salads. I'll get a...
You'll knock it down.
That kind of cougar.
Yeah. In Ireland, a man has described a lucky escape after their 11-year-old son found an unexploded hand grenade on a beach.
What's with the hand grenades?
And he picked it up. Cole Chapman was with a young friend Saturday when they spotted the live World War I era weapon and picked it up in their hands. Cole then made a video call to his father asking, "Dad, is this real?" He's holding the grenade up.
Well, pull the pin, son, and find out.
His shocked father advised him to put it down very gently, move far away from the device, and to call the police.
Pull the pin with your teeth, son, and then hold it in your hand.
An Army ammunition technical officer went to the scene, later confirmed that it was what's called a Mills bomb hand grenade, which was still capable of exploding and causing injury.
That's named after Heather Mills, who lost both her
legs in a landmine accident. The boy's
All right, guys.
mother, what?
All right. Real question. Real talk here.
Yeah.
You're walking in a field. There's nobody within miles of you, and you come across a grenade. What do you do with it? Do you pull the pin and chuck it?
Well, here's the deal. On one level, I would love to throw a hand grenade, an actual real hand grenade.
Mm-hmm.
But if you find a hand grenade, you don't know how precarious it is.
Yes.
And so I probably would not.
I probably would not either because I've had occasions where I've lit a firecracker in my hand.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to go boom, but it goes spang.
Yeah.
I think the same thing could happen with a grenade too.
Yeah.
Probably going to stay away from it. So anyhow, the boy's mother, Danielle, had earlier driven Cole and his friend Oliver to the beach so the boys could look for crabs. She then received a panic call from Cole's father, who was 60 miles away.
Mommy drove us to the beach to look for crabs and hand grenades.
Telling her to drive back down to the scene as soon as possible to protect the children. But it was a real grenade, and it could have gotten real bad. North Carolina man who won a $10 million lottery prize in 2017 has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in a 2020 fatal shooting of his girlfriend. Dude had won the lottery, man. You would think you could put whatever issue you have behind you.
You're good now.
Yeah.
Relax.
Michael Todd Hill was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced Friday in the killing of 23-year-old Kenna Graham.
I'm the wealthiest convict ever.
Graham was reported missing in July of 2020. She was later found dead in a hotel with a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Prosecutors said surveillance footage from the hotel showed that Hill was the only person in the room with Graham. They said Hill later confessed to the shooting, and he had, after she had been texting with another man, apparently. At the hotel,
So he got
that's
jealous
why
and he
did
killed
that.
her. So, question here. If you were taking your payment out in the lottery, with the annuity, is there anything in the law or the lottery rules that would stop you from getting paid if you
Some kind of moral clause?
I doubt there is. I don't
doubt
think
it.
there is, but
I think you're still entitled to that money.
still entitled to the money.
But if you're in prison, you just can't use it.
Can't use it.
So,
It's the word, yeah.
All right, and then finally, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but a protester dressed as an elderly person in a wheelchair threw cake on the glass that protects the Mona Lisa at the Louvre in Paris.
You're wasting cake!
The famous painting was unharmed. The protester had spread roses around the space and was escorted out by guards. The protester, speaking in French, said, "Think of the earth. There are people who are destroying the earth. Think about it.
Think of the earth.
Artists tell you, think of the earth. That's why I did this."
So when this happened, and it was the protective glass, stopped it from hitting the painting, do you think that there are replicas that they will pop out there, to preserve the... In other words...
Is it the real one?
Is it the real one?
I think so. If it's in the Louvre, I mean, I get what your point is, Steve, but with the protective case.
With cake throwers out there?
Yes, the danger of cake throwers, but that thing is so protected. There's no way even, and it's been attacked before. Somebody's tried to smear graffiti on it in the past, not with cake, but with something else.
Right. No, I would hope that it's not a fake. I mean,
You'd
it's
want
a
it to
museum
be.
for crying out
Yeah.
loud. And it's there for its display purposes. So, but anyhow, the person is smearing cake all over the glass while they're doing it. So, all right, and that's it. That's what I got in the beef file for you. How you doing over there, Case?
I'm good. Sorry, I meant to mute my my microphone when I coughed right there.
You actually sound very good, though. Your connection's pretty good. And we can see you. It looks like you're in your living room?
Yes. I'm in a little family room area here, and then look, there's Reggie. So it's nice.
I saw you making out with him earlier.
Yeah, you were making out with your dog earlier.
We were not making out. There was no tongue. It was just some petting, heavy petting going on. So how do I sound? Do I sound as nasally as I feel?
A little bit, but not bad. No, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to mention this. Coming up a week from this Sunday, June 12th, Lincoln Financial Field is the Philadelphia Take Steps Walk, and you can join me and my team, the Shart Breakers.
Yes.
And if you make a donation and you join my team, we'll give you a Shart Breakers t-shirt, but that's just the beginning because you get to walk on the field at the link. There's live music. There's photo stations, food trucks. Swoop will be there. The Eagles cheerleaders are going to be there. I'm being honored as the media honored hero.
Nice.
And you can meet a lot of great people and have a great time. And if you know someone who's affected by IBD, if that's Crohn's, colitis, whatever it may be, that's what this fundraising is all about, to help find a cure for all of these issues. The proceeds benefit the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for research, education, and patient support services for those suffering from inflammatory bowel diseases. So,
this is the first time back like this at this level. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, they had a virtual one, and then we did a socially distanced one, and now this is the full deal. And we will be at the link on Sunday, June 12th, and it is not too late to sign up and be a member of the Shart Breakers. So go to WMMR.com, click on events, and then if you register, make a donation to join Team Preston WMMR, we'll get you that Shart Breakers t-shirt, and we're looking forward to a great day. All right, we're going to take a break. We are going to come back in just a moment or two. We got more to come. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR.
There we go. That stat is missing from the page.
Gnawing at me.
There's always next year, man. There's always next year.
I got to tell you, impressive. Perhaps you can clarify this. There's another stat on this page we have here. Apparently, Coach, you're the most well-endowed head coach for 16 seasons standing.
No.
Am I reading that correctly?
No. He's been Villanova's William J. Finneran endowed head coach.
Oh.
You skipped a few words.
I'm sorry.
16
Very different. I misread that.
Yes.
I apologize.
I mean, he's everything. He's probably that too.
I guess those extra words make it different.
You are officially out of your mind.
It's William Finneran endowed, not well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that.
Endowed.
You know what? There's a number of prestigious programs that have endowed coaching positions, and I've never heard that before.
You can teach typing, and that's fine. But you're I think you're going to default to whatever you're most comfortable with anyway. You know, like
the hunt and peck thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was taught, and I still do it.
I know, but like Jim Antes, for instance, have you ever seen him type?
Is that a hunt and peck guy?
He is our general sales manager, and he uses his whole left hand and then his right index finger, and that's how he types.
All right,
and
I've
that's
seen
what
people
works for him.
that just use the two index fingers and fast.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to watch. Marissa?
All right, going back to cleaning out the keyboards, I actually find it very soothing, kind of like getting a nice piece of earwax out. Have you ever turned over your keyboard and dumped out all the dirt that's in it?
No.
Can we do it to your keyboard that's right here?
Yeah. Go. I don't think. That keyboard. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Tons. This is an old.
Oh my God.
Gross.
It's a Microsoft keyboard here.
It's going to be bad.
Really?
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, there's a fingernail fell out.
You slimy bastard.
A fingernail fell out.
That's disgusting.
Oh, burn it.
Oh my God, Preston. That's a pubic hair.
Oh my God.
That's great.
I don't want to hit any of the keys here.
Marissa ran away from the microphone.
So, attorney Marty Singer has filed court papers demanding that FX provide him with all 10 episodes of Trust, a forthcoming series about J. Paul Getty III's 1973 kidnapping.
I'm back,
You're gonna
bitches.
I'm sorry?
I'm back, bitches.
Marty Singer.
Marty Singer's back and into his A. And the show Trust about the Getty family, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
They believe it's felonious, ridiculous, and absurd.
Okay.
And the family plans to vigorously fight the allegations and accusations made by this ridiculous series starring Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland's in it?
Yes, Donald Sutherland plays John Paul Getty Sr.
Okay. Could you please bring me up to speed? I don't know the story. I may or may have forgotten about the
There was a kidnapping, right?
Yeah.
And there were always allegations that the son or grandson arranged his own kidnapping.
Okay, so it was a
right to what I remember, and I'm going to have to say I'm maybe one notch closer to what than you are.
So there was a
kidnapping, a ransom,
and the grandson trying to get it himself.
And the family's stance on it was they never pay ransom.
So Marty Singer, yes, has filed court papers demanding that they provide him. Marty has to see all 10 episodes of Trust.
I filed those mother effers.
And
I said kabooyah.
In court papers, Singer claims the show defames Getty family members and hints at a possible lawsuit.
It defames, it defrauds, and it's not delightful.
Is it delovely?
It's not even delovely.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
Marty is representing Getty's sister.
Betty Getty.
No.
Betty Getty?
So I'm Betty Getty's lawyer.
No. Ariadne?
Go with Betty.
Okay.
It rolls off the tongue better.
It does.
In court, it's going to be more impressive.
It's Ariadne, I guess.
Ariadne. It's not even a name. That's a rash you get on your balls.
That's not even a word. Ariadne.
Those aren't even letters.
Ariadne, those are not.
I bet you it's like Adrian or something, and
it's a typo.
Yeah,
and they misspelled it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I submit to the court that it's a typo.
The court papers filed to Trust exec producers Danny Boyle and Simon Beaufoy.
Oh, they're the producers of the series, the miniseries.
Yes,
we hate.
That we hate?
Yes.
The claims that Getty's kidnapping resulted in 9 arrests and 2 convictions, but that Trust outlandishly makes it appear as if members of the Getty family were actually complicit in the kidnapping and that the crime had been faked in an attempt to dupe grandfather and billionaire J. Paul Getty out of millions of dollars for the benefit. So,
But it was not as if there was not that rumor floating around.
Right.
They're just taking that angle. But I can see where the family would be upset.
Yeah, and by the way, his statement was, "This is outrageous.
It's outrageous and disgusting. It's not delightful. It's not lovely.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not even wonderful."
Tiger Woods and ex-girlfriend Kristen Smith are fighting a legal battle as she's trying to get out of a non-disclosure agreement that she signed at the end of their relationship.
Is this the Perkins waitress?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Smith, who dated Woods from 2015 to 2017, so they were together for a while, claims that the agreement isn't enforceable for an undisclosed reason, and the two are in arbitration over her attempt to get out of it.
I wonder how legally binding, and we're seeing these things put to the test, these NDAs, these non-disclosure agreements are. You know, I mean, how...
Wait, for a girlfriend, though?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
They said it's not uncommon, though. TMZ Sports cited a source as saying Woods has threatened to release embarrassing pictures of Smith if she doesn't comply with the terms of the NDA.
Is that legal?
Which he reportedly offered her an undisclosed sum to sign, although it's not clear if she accepted it. Now, that's rumors.
Sure.
Smith reportedly believes Woods cheated on her during their relationship, and that's why they broke up. Woods had several affairs while he was married to ex-wife Elin Nordgren. It's not uncommon for pro athletes or celebrities to have romantic partners sign NDAs so that if they break up, the other person can't publicly disparage them or harm their reputation.
Well, you can see that also because if you're a high-profile sports star, you can be targeted for that reason.
But at what point do you do that? Is that like a second date thing?
right before the handy.
Yeah.
Right before the hand.
Could you sign this, please?
Listen, since you have one hand available, sign this.
And I bet you it's
Here's
not.
a pen.
I bet you it's not them though. Like the person saying, "Hey, here, sign this."
My name is Marty Singer.
Yeah,
Before you
seriously.
proceed with that manual stimulation, I have a few documents you'd sign. And by the way, I'd recommend you use a hand lotion.
Yeah.
My client tends to chafe about the genital region.
He's in the back seat.
Right.
Well, but
I
it's a
see
way.
your head making a trajectory towards his lap. And before we enter into this realm of all gratification, there are a few documents I'd like you to sign. Don't worry, the notary is in the trunk.
Yeah, but it's a way for them to say, "Well, they make me do it. You have to sign it." Like not to put it on them.
It's exactly. You're exactly right. That's a perfect deflection.
Yeah. He can't give her pleasures until that's how they pitch it.
Pleased to meet you. You're a lovely young woman, and I'm sure you're going to make him have many orgasms. But before we enter into that, please stand in front of this cyclorama. I need to take a picture of it.
Speaking of boner dreams,
okay.
Have you ever finished an entire?
Of course.
Really?
Never.
I never have.
Of course.
I never.
A nocturnal emission?
No, yeah, no.
I thought that always happened when you were like teenagers.
It happens to some people, but not to me.
Oh.
I've had sex dreams where Kathy, it's the docking is about to happen. And
Wait, you were going to do it with another guy? You guys were going to dock together?
Docking.
Okay.
Yeah, not foreskin.
That is a dream come true.
I mean, that's what docking is.
Hi. It's great because I'm not circumcised.
Use a different analogy.
I've got lots to play with.
Man.
You're going to be Soyuz, and I'm going to be the Apollo.
I was trying to think of a way to not say penetration.
You're about to fist a man you met at a bar. No. Yeah,
You were about
not
to
docking. You're about to turn around and receive a man into your posterior.
Gay sex with another guy.
No, none of those things.
No.
Absolutely none of those things at all.
Oh my God.
Did you do the foreskin thing again, please?
I've lost the foreskin.
Oh my God.
This docking is going to be one for the history books. We're going to be like a Chinese finger puzzle.
It'll be like when two dogs get it on and they have to wait for the swelling to go down.
On another note, as far as Steve, you had said waking up and then you realize, oh, okay, I'm back in the real world.
It's okay.
Have you ever had, and I had one last year where I took a nap and I was really, really tired and I woke up and I didn't know where I was. And it took me a few seconds to figure out where I was.
Yes.
And that was really scary.
I nodded off.
That was really scary. That leads me to believe what like dementia and Alzheimer's might be like.
Yeah, what it might feel like.
Yeah. I mean, because I was in my own room. The most.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. We're still docked and everything is fine. We're totally docked. We're snugly inside the docking bay. Just relax. Just relax. Daddy's gonna cuddle.
Daddy.
I was worried I was not still connected by genitals to another man.
After filing for divorce from David Charvet, after 6 years of Marriage TV host and Dancing with the Stars season 7 champ, Brooke Burke opened up about their split on the blog Modern Mom.
Can I guess what the reason was for the split?
Yeah, I haven't read it, so I can't answer.
Too stupid. He was stultifyingly stupid.
The pair share 2 children, Shea, who is 10, and Heaven, who is 11. She also shares...
She really didn't rip the lid off that, did she?
She also shares 2 children, Neria and Syria.
Syria and Neria?
Sierra.
Neria and Syria.
Syria. Yeah.
But Neria, N-E-R-I-A-H. Well, listen,
this is Africa.
11, so
I think it's Nariah, maybe.
Nariah.
Okay,
and
yeah, you're right.
Soraya.
Psoriasis and psoriasis and eczema.
Yeah.
Oh,
Diarrhea and psoriasis.
This is leprosy and conjunctivitis.
It's our son Priapism.
She was married to, and his sister Ben Penis.
Yeah.
She was married to like the #1 plastic surgeon in Hollywood for a couple of years. So that's where.
And then she got her work done, and then she moved on.
Alopecia and
moved on to
the
somebody
squirts.
Else. When you said this initially, that she was getting divorced yesterday, I was thinking Brooke Burns. I always got those two by the name mixed up because, man, she was on that show. Was it Dog Eat Dog?
Oh, my God.
What a stunner. And her and Bruce Willis were a couple
for a while. Yeah. And she's a tall drink of water.
Yes, she is.
Brooke Burke does commercials for mild incontinence.
And she used to do Skechers.
Yes.
Just mild incontinence.
Well, she like, I'm a workaday woman and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I pace myself.
If you're just tuning in, Casey Boy is on location today. Coming to us. He's sick. He's got the vid, as we say.
Hey, guys.
And he's at his beach house right now, lounging about on the couch, enjoying today's program and contributing in today's program as well.
It's actually a good rig. The connection's pretty solid.
Yeah, not bad at all.
It's an app on my phone. It's ridiculous.
Oh, excellent. Wow, there we go.
Yeah.
So we mentioned in news, Kathy did that the Phils lost last night. And they lost to a home run by, who was it, Nick?
Jock Peterson had a 3-run shot in the 11th.
And
What the is this?
He's had an eventful week, Jock Peterson.
Yeah, so Nick had brought us up to speed on this moment where he smacked another player in the face, and it all stems from a little issue they had, and you can understand as an adult that this might really get under your skin. Fantasy football.
Yeah. No, and he got smacked. I don't think he was the smacker.
Really?
He was the
he got
recipient
smacked?
of the. Yeah, he got smacked.
Oh, yeah. It says here Tommy Pham slapped Jock Peterson.
He was the smacky. He was the smacker and the smacky.
Yeah. So and I saw his locker room interview when he was talking about it, and he's just matter-of-factly telling the parameters of what happened in this fantasy football thing, and caused him to hit this dude in the face.
I mean, he broke down like their entire text chain, and it was a group text chain. Jock Peterson did, and so it was a lot of trash talking, and then that happens in fantasy football leagues or whatever. But to take it to the level where he ends up getting slapped by an opposing player, by the way, they just encountered each other, I guess, in the outfield. It was Tommy Pham was on the Reds, and it was just like, man, you guys take it a little too seriously.
Though. Also, the other thing is, so I'm in a fantasy football league, and for the most part, I would say, of the 12 guys in my league, I'm friends with 9 of them, and then 2 other ones. And no offense to these guys, but they are my one friend. They're my friend's cousins, right? So 10 of us are in the same fraternity, and then 2 are not. And I've become friendly with these guys over the last few years. So like Tommy Pham and this Peterson guy, they may not actually be friends. They may just know the same person or the same people, and that's how they're in the same league. And I get it. Sometimes.
Have you entered the danger zone of perhaps?
I've gotten into it with people.
Letting it get too far?
Well, listen, and it's all relative, right? So Tommy Pham, he will tell you, and he said, he goes, dude, there was a lot of money invested in this, and don't mess with my money is essentially what he said. Now, so these guys are professional baseball players, so we're probably talking about thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even more.
Yeah.
When it comes to me and my guys, it's $100, couple of $100, but there's competition involved. So I have gotten into it with some people over, some discrepancies.
How aggressive has it gotten for you?
Well, so I mean, not to get into the details or whatever. Preston, listen, please try not to look down your nose at the situation here.
Stupid. All right.
It's not stupid. When you're talking about $1,000, like that's a pretty decent amount of money. So the one thing I got into was this guy was taking people off of the bench, not off the bench. He was picking them up off the waiver wire.
Right.
But he wasn't in the playoffs. He was out of the playoffs, so he had no reason to be taking anybody off. Like his season was over. So he had taken somebody off of the waiver wire that I wanted to pick up, but I couldn't because this guy had already picked him up. And I called him out on it. And he,
You get it now.
I
right?
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Go ahead.
Well,
Kathy was interjecting.
The overdriving thing here, as you're saying, is that this is a gambling venture as well. So the money at stake is what carries it. Right.
Yeah.
Though I know for a fact, though, Case, and you'll see in their stories about people that are. Remember there was the guy who swatted another guy because of something they did on Call of Duty?
Yeah.
It was playing.
Oh, my God. That's worse. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how stuff gets away from you.
Yeah.
Here's where you have to balance it. He's going to lose $111,000 for the 3 games suspension.
Okay.
Compared to the probably a couple $1,000s he lost in the fantasy football.
Right. So he let it get too far. He hit the guy, and now he's facing,
It's like losing
the
your job.
league.
What game do you get? I think
Like
we're all
really get pissed off about.
Yeah, like what game will put
Catan.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
Settlers of Catan, which I love. But Steve, man, there's backstabbing that happens, and I know you're not a board game guy.
I hate him. Yeah,
I know you do. But like when there's scheming and people can like gang up against you. And then all of a sudden, like
it starts to chip at you.
Oh my God! They take your legs out and like it gets worse. And there's little bits here and there. And you're like, oh my!
Well,
wait a minute! I'm not even. I thought you guys loved me.
What's going? This is a fun game.
The most annoying part about that is the game takes like a minimum 2 hours to play.
Oh,
and sometimes you can get yourself in a position where you're just not going to win,
right?
And you have to sit there for the next 45 minutes and just take it in the butt.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Or you can or you can pick one of your favorite competitors and help them win,
Yeah.
That's another way to go about it. But Press, you and I were playing golf last week, and we were talking to somebody who was playing in a friendly golf match, and Steve, it was like $5. Everybody invested $5.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And one guy fudged his score a little bit.
Right.
Oh.
And the guy we were talking to, he took exception to it. Now, I mean, if no money was involved, then we're talking $5. If no money was involved, he probably wouldn't have even said anything. But because there was a competition involved and there was money involved, and like I said, $5, he felt the need to like speak up about it. And Press, what do you think about that?
Oh, that's fine. Now, the moment he walks over and actually physically assaults the guy,
right?
That's a different story. This is fantasy football. The guy hit somebody over fantasy football. Now, there's money involved, yet they're very rich men because they play professional sports for a living. But the fact that you would go over and actually hit someone over something like that is quite ridiculous.
Well, I'm curious to see how much money was involved. I'm very curious.
If you can do a little investigating, see what was up, what the money was. I'd say this though, Preston. To me, the equivalent is like flipping the game board.
Yes. And I've done that.
Yeah.
I've gotten that mad before.
Yeah. Where you were like, all right, enough.
I played, I've told this story before. I was playing Risk with the guy that ended up being the valedictorian of our high school. And he beat me like a third game in a row. And I knocked that board across the room. And it has hundreds of tiny little pieces in the game Risk. And we lost a few.
I was playing A-hole with, I was dating a guy and I just met his friends. And I guess we played different rules because for me, a 4 is social, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, it just keeps moving on. But for them, a 4 was a turn. And, like, I think I put it on my Twitter account and started asking questions. And I was, like, comparing it and all. We just stopped playing.
By the way, so somebody texted in. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but somebody says not a couple thousand. Their buy-in was $50,000 each.
Okay.
Times that by 10 or 12 people for a jackpot.
Yeah.
So that's a whole lot of money. But here's the deal with are there vagaries in the rules, Casey?
No. So this guy Peterson, he goes. I mean, I don't want to get into the specifics, but he did something that, and so this guy Tommy Pham called him out on it, right? And he screen captured the rules, and he goes, "I did not break the rules. What I did is I'm allowed to do this. And by the way, you did something very similar, so why don't you shut up?
Right?
Because you also did the same thing. So stop being such a little bitch about it, you know." And that's where I think he maybe took exception to it.
That he called him out as well.
That he called him out on it, but he also kind of did the same exact thing. So
okay,
yeah, and like I said, it's all relative, right? So for me, it was $1,000. For those guys, we're talking hundreds.
A tremendous amount of money. But again, if you put it in perspective of what, no, they don't, they make a lot more. So that's part of the deal there. But have you? To get to that point where you're like, you're both, you see this guy and your first instinct is to slap him, because of fantasy football.
Marissa had brought up a-hole, and I remember like one of the worst, like 2 fights that I had gotten into, like argument-wise, was actually with the same girl in 2 different situations, and it was all because of the game a-hole, which, by the way, you're supposed to cheat in that game, right, Nick?
Well, yes, but it's funny because there's like actual etiquette to the cheating, Casey. Like, so if you take the cheating too far, I can see where tempers would flare as a result, and people like hide cards, and it's but I guess it's like any sport. Like if you're not you're not cheating, you're not trying.
They actually have it. They have a cheaters edition of Monopoly. Like it's part of it is part of the game.
You
is
might
to
have found
cheat.
my game then.
It's to cheat and get away with it, and then if you get caught, there's penalties. But
Okay.
that's the point of the game.
By the way, here's some text and examples, and we'll feel free to take your call, 215-263-WMMR. This one says, my girlfriend's mom once hit her ex in the head with an ashtray for cheating in Yahtzee.
Yahtzee?
Like a glass ashtray.
You don't do that.
No, you don't cheat in Yahtzee. There's some more text coming in. Mexican train, dominoes, actual dominoes have been thrown at people when I've played. Another one says, in college, we pranked a guy who took Monopoly too seriously by printing fake Monopoly money. When he found out, he flipped over the table and punched a hole in the wall.
I think what happens in a lot of these cases is that you don't realize how much has gotten away from you. Because as you say, if you're playing like what is it, Catan?
Catan, yeah.
So for 2 hours, you're now, and it's like the story of the. You put the frog in the water and the slow boil before you.
Yeah. It's not the losing that bothers me. It's the scheming and teaming up against me. That's what I'm like, I feel like betrayed. I feel like I'm being stabbed in the back.
215-263-WMMR is our number. By the way, here's somebody texting and said, in our hockey league, my buddy tried to take my phone while I slept and delete my team.
Oh my God.
Because I was kicking his ass so bad.
That's really fun.
That's good.
Man, that's just cheating.
Oh, I love it.
I'm going to go to Eric next. Hey, Eric, good morning.
You guys rock.
Oh, love you, Eric. What's up, buddy?
All right, real quick. Me and a bunch of friends used to get together every weekend on Saturday to play video games. It was either football or video boxing. And this night was 2002 Knockout Kings boxing on PS3.
Mm-hmm.
I would always be Muhammad Ali because I knew how to use him. He was good, blah, blah, blah. So, like, my best friend, I kept just hitting him, knocking him down. He turns around finally. He's like, if you knock me down or knock me out one more time, I'm pulling the disc out and snapping it. So, I wasn't really trying to do anything. I was just doing my thing, and I knocked him out. He literally pulled the disc out, snapped it, and him and his cousin almost got into a fist fight.
That's great.
A game that's supposed to be a relaxing, or at least a fun diversion. You know, that's just crazy.
Eric, did
he was like a super like football fan. Like he played football in high school, so he was really good at the football games. And like none of us except his cousin could really like hang with him on it.
Right.
So like when I found a game I was good at, like I don't know, like he would have fun playing it, but if I started really kicking his ass, he would like get pissed.
That cracks me up.
Thanks, man. I told you, speaking of video games, when Halo 3 was in its heyday, and I was still playing video games with my sons at that point.
Yeah.
And then Parker, that little bastard, would get the sniper rifle and hide away somewhere and just pick me off all the time. And it became not fun anymore. And I started getting mad. And I'm like, what am I doing? I can't do this anymore. This is making me angry. It's not fun. I have no chance.
When would you ever enjoy a game? You know, would you love baseball if all you ever did was strike out?
Just lose all the
yeah.
time. Here's a text that says we had the cops called on us during an Uno game one time.
Oh, my God.
Because of how loud we were yelling at each other. So I guess the neighbors called. They didn't get into a fight, but they were screaming so much. Case?
You know what, Press? I had, and I think I brought this up to you, Scattergories. Scattergories is a game that, hey, listen, if we haven't been in an argument in a while, why don't we break out Scattergories?
Yeah. It starts family fights.
I mean,
and it's supposed to be the family. It's built like it's the family fun game.
Well, you know why, Steve? Because the way the game is played, everybody judges your answers.
Right.
Like however many people you're playing with, they all judge your answers, and if they're not good, or if your answers aren't good enough, like you end up getting into fights. Like, you know what? We'll have to play down the shore sometime, just so you can see firsthand. You know how? I mean, because it's inevitable. It will happen every time.
Hang on, I'm going to go to this call. It's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Great, Michelle. What's up?
Okay, so I have an amazing story. I have an ex-fiance. I'm not going to name him just because. But I have an ex-fiance. We were playing Magic the Gathering, so this is nerd level rage. So we were playing Magic the Gathering with there's I think like 6 or 8 of us. We were playing Commander style. And so basically with that, like you kind of attack each other, or you could like have teams and whatnot. Well, we all kind of ganged up on my ex, and he lost his mind and like completely flipped the whole table and like left. And I just sat with his friends and then continued to play.
That's a meticulous. So that's like if you watch Stranger Things, the recent season, to me those games, Preston, like Dungeons and Dragons, where you have sort of vague rules about what a spell does or what. That's throwing a match on a pile of kindling.
Son tried to teach my wife and I how to play Magic the Gathering. He started to get into it and like, okay, he's into this. Right. We should learn how to do this so we can, bond over this whole thing.
Right.
We sat down, we tried to play it. Nick Murphy got me the easiest cards possible to play for that game. And so, it's like, okay, I'm gonna beat your troll with this, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna bat. Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, my hit points, my points are more than yours, and yes, and he's like, yeah, but this one has flight, which means that I can do that, and but I have this, and but then I can turn invisible, and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, it doesn't say that on the card. And what do you? And I just started getting mad. Rochelle started yelling.
You were an accident.
Yeah. We never wanted you.
Yeah. It's almost like when I was make pretend time with my son. When we were like playing superheroes. Like, you just kind of you're shooting fire rays at me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm covering myself in water, and you can't go through.
Yes, totally.
Do you argue over that, Michelle? Is that what broke you up eventually with your fiance?
No, he was lazy and never wanted to move out of his parents' house.
Okay, well, that's the main cause then.
All right, thank you, Michelle.
Different subject. You're welcome.
But Casey, you're like, okay, I have dragon skin now. You can't burn me.
What?
Yeah. See?
Oh, yeah? Well, I just bought dragon skin slayer
Yeah.
things.
Fireballs that come out of my butt.
Here's another text says, my cousin broke up with her longtime boyfriend over a game of Uno. He kept putting down skips and reverses, and it pissed her off so bad she decided that it was over between the two. That's the thing, dude. Skips and reverses.
In Uno?
In Uno.
So what is that?
Well, and it depends on how many people you're playing with. And there's also on wild cards with the +4. There's a bunch of things.
It's ways to screw over the players, though, Steve.
Yeah.
So, like, if you get skipped or revert, like, it could almost be your turn. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, nope, I'm taking it away from Steve, and it's a way for me to deliberately shut you out of whatever your next round might be.
And the games, a lot of the games are orchestrated to have those points where you're going to, fight for your thing.
It's part of the strategy.
That's why I always liked Trivial Pursuit, because Trivial Pursuit, to me, there's a definitive answer.
Right.
Maybe you might argue on whether they got the answer right or wrong, but for the most part, it's definitive.
I had a moment with Trivial Pursuit one night too, and it still lives in the lore of one of my best friends, Ben. And I meant to say Jerry Rice.
Oh no!
And I think I said 49ers or something like that. Anyhow, and I was like, you knew what I meant. You knew that I meant Jerry Rice, and it was for a piece of cheese.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
no.
Oh, and I think I quit. And,
I'm out.
Yeah.
You were a mistake.
But still, to this day, Jerry Rice gets brought up because of that.
It's like the Moops.
Here's the Moops.
Yeah, in an episode of Seinfeld, the answer was the Moors, but on the card it said the Moops. And he's up, says right here, the Moops.
Here's a text that says, growing up, my brother threw the controller through our TV because I knew the finish him codes in Mortal Kombat and he didn't.
We had multiple broken controllers. My mom was forever buying my brothers new controllers because they would
break them.
Oh my God.
Out of anger?
Yeah, out of anger at the game. And she'd be like, well, then we're not playing that game if it makes you that angry.
One of the Batman Arkham games, I rebought the game 3 times because of the boss battle with Destro.
And then
let me go to Melissa because Casey, she's got a Scattergories story. Hi, Melissa. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's
I
up?
am totally with Casey. Scattergory breaks up families. We
crazy.
We have never played it in like 20 years in my family. We were playing it on Christmas, and like I'm 53. Like I have a great life.
Yeah.
I have a great job. Love my family. If you called any person in my family, they would all go, I can't believe she did that. My cousin, the letter was N, and it was things in the refrigerator. And my cousin tried to give herself the points for Nutter Butters. And if you called 20 people in my family, they would be like, hell no, you don't put Nutter Butters in the fridge. And it was a game from 20 years ago. We have never played it.
So the point of contention was the candy bar Nutter Butters.
It's a cookie.
Is it a cookie?
Yeah,
I thought it was a candy bar.
No, it's a sandwich cookie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And unless you didn't want the peanut butter to melt and run all over the place, if it was warm, you could keep it in the fridge.
I'm going to have to say, I would say they don't go in the refrigerator.
That was her argument, but we were saying no, but Nutter Butters are not inherently found in the refrigerator.
Like when you go to the store, you don't buy them in the refrigerator,
Right,
in the
but you
refrigerated section.
Like places where you put your sunglasses could be the refrigerator if you like your sunglasses chilled.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's
and you
right.
could call 20 people in my family right now, and they will be like, that's a bunch of crap.
Almost broke up a family.
I love it. Thank you.
Scattergories.
Yeah. Let me go to Curry. Hey, Curry, good morning.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. What's up, bud?
Hey, so we always play this game with my family. It's called Phase 10. It's kind of like Rummy,
Okay.
where you have to complete sets, so sets runs. Of
Sets and
7,
runs,
sets
yeah.
of 3. And someone would, and the way it works is you have to complete your phase or else you can't go on. And somebody would complete their phase and go out in the first round, and it would completely bother me so much that I would just get up, leave, drive around town for 20 minutes, then come back and be like, okay, I'm cool now.
You had to completely leave the situation to cool off for at least 20 minutes.
Give or take.
Okay.
What level of joy are you getting from a game that makes you hop in the car to take a calming drive?
You have to cool off.
I mean, that to me is counterproductive.
I guess it's the whole, almost the gambling mentality of I'm going to win. I am going to win.
In anything.
And then when you lose,
Yeah.
It's just, it kills you.
It's a little too competitive.
Or the
sometimes.
worst is when there's a bit of braggadocio about it, where you're like, this is my game. I'm an Uno master. And you get decimated.
I will go next to Gene. Hey, Gene, good morning.
Good morning, Preston.
Good morning, sir. What's up, buddy?
So I had a friend who it didn't matter if it was Blades of Steel. You remember the Nintendo?
Yeah, Blades of Steel.
Exactly. If you lost a fight in Blades of Steel, the controller would go across the room. If it was Techno Bowl and I scored too many touchdowns, the controller would go across the room.
Right.
So every Saturday we went out and got him a new controller.
Was it Mike Tyson's knockout, which you would play, Kathy?
Yeah.
Is that what this is from?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the Mike Tyson punch out. If I kicked his butt in that, I would lose my controller.
You know what happens over the time, Gene, is that the controllers, like especially the ones, they become so freaking expensive.
Well, now they're expensive.
Yeah. They used to be like, okay, there's no.
I'm talking Nintendo, Steve.
Yeah. But now,
two buttons in the thing.
A $60 controller, you're less likely to smash.
And
every Saturday we had to go out. And this Friday night we would play the games, and then Saturday you have to go out and get a new controller.
I love it.
And by the way, Casey,
you
broke up a relationship of mine.
What? Oh, cool. Wait, what's your name again?
Gene.
Oh, you slept with Jim's wife.
Gene's wife.
Well, I mean once, but
sorry about that.
Oh, well, you got to expand on this, Gene. What's the story?
I almost don't want to hear this.
My girlfriend licked when you guys were at 101 or
Y100, yeah.
She licked peanut butter off his feet to get Eagles tickets.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And?
About 3 weeks later, I was like, I can't even do
You
this.
were a peanut. He was a peanut butter cuck.
Your feet broke them up.
It got worse than that. She ended up in a mental hospital. So,
man.
So it wasn't really Casey's feet.
Well, there's stuff on Casey's feet.
Yeah. Casey says you're welcome, by the way, Gene.
I mean, I call her Knifey Wifey. So.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but
I
that
got a little bit scared there.
The path to the mental institution really started at Casey's feet.
There's something on his feet.
Went to the market.
Here's a text that says Scattergories. All right, and here's how this.
Man, this game's reviled.
Yes, I think there are families that have a story, at least one, concerning this game because this says Scattergories. Wild blueberries are different from blueberries. It's a different fruit. Therefore, wild blueberries count for the letter W.
Man, I hate that argument. It's such a BS argument. You can't put an adjective in front of a noun and say that's the new noun. Because they're not wild blueberries.
Is that the big cop-out? People will do that often?
Oh, yeah. You can use fun names or whatever. And funny Steve. Oh, Steve's name is F now. Starts with F. 'Cause Steve's funny. Everybody calls him Funny Steve.
Oh, that's just designed for agitation.
Yeah.
We should play Scattergories on the show.
We should.
Let's do it. Murder everyone by the end of the segment.
We're definitely going to get into a fight.
Yeah.
How many people can play Scattergories at once?
You know what? We got a
5 or
live
6.
broadcast coming up on Monday. We should do that at Subaru.
All right.
Yeah.
And see if we can get away with the game.
Break windshields, guys.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't played that game in so long. Remind me, what's the gameplay, Casey?
All right. So the gameplay is you have a blank sheet with I guess 12 lines on it, right? And you roll a die that is 26 sided and has all the letters of the alphabet. So you roll that die, and whatever letter it ends on, you have a bank of questions or categories or Scattergories that you have to then come up with a
whatever that category is,
an answer to that letter, whether it be cities or things you would find in the ocean or things you would find at the beach,
and it's all the same letter.
Has to start. Okay, and whoever comes up with the most.
Yep.
Wins. Now, does everybody write down for the same category?
Yes. Everybody writes down.
And then do you
for the-
mark off if you have a similar one to somebody else that doesn't count?
Doesn't count.
Right. Okay. Yep.
And then you have like double, like, so let's say it is.
Oh yes, if you use double 2 words
that start with the same
that
letter.
start with the same letter, that's
Like
2 points.
2 points, yeah.
So
for one
instance,
answer.
If you had, let's say it's a toy and your letter is Y and you wrote yo-yo, well, is that a double or is a yo-yo just one word?
I would count it as one.
one word, yeah.
It's
No,
one
it's
object.
a dash.
It's one object.
It's yo and yo.
Yeah. Okay, I like this.
All right, so we'll maybe we'll take that out for a spin because this game is diabolical.
I just pulled a Steve and it's coming tomorrow. I just ordered
beautiful.
it.
You just ordered it. I love it.
Done.
Excellent. Let me go to another call. I want to speak to Anna. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Anna?
Hi. So 7 years ago, my whole family sat down to play Monopoly. And during the game, we ordered food from a pizza shop. And my uncle ate his cheesesteak. And during the game, he got sick and had to go home with food poisoning. So we took a picture of the game, planned on finishing it. He was sick all night. To this day, he still thinks his brother is the one who poisoned his cheesesteak, and we have not finished the game.
Why? Because he was winning?
No, he wasn't even winning. That's the best part.
He thinks his brother poisoned his cheesesteak.
He put eye drops in it or
Right.
something. Yeah.
By the way, like is featured in Wedding Crashers, you know that's how he gets the other guy sick. Bradley Cooper sick.
Thanks, Anna.
You put eye drops in somebody's food, you could kill them.
Really?
Yeah, I found out that it's more than just you'll get them sick, but if you overuse it, it could be lethal.
All right, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Public service announcement, don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, here's another Scattergories text. Scattergories category was state. Letter was D. I said depression. Huge argument ensued.
See, I think that's a good answer.
I think that's a creative answer.
State
and I would
of depression.
absolutely
And-
give them that point.
Not only is it a creative answer, but you are because in all likelihood, other people playing the game are going to write down Delaware, for example. So they're going to cancel each other out.
Yeah.
You're being
What
creative.
about Dakota? Would you accept Dakota?
Yeah, I would. I guess it
there's
gets 1 point.
I wouldn't. North or south.
South Dakota.
Yeah. And that is
Because
part
it's-
of the name,
Right.
South Dakota.
Right. So that's not both. So if it was South Dakota, you get 2 points. But if it's South Dakota, I think you get 1 point for the D in Dakota. Because
I
it's
wouldn't
2
accept
words.
depression. I would not accept depression at all. Because you know what they were asking.
Do you?
know exact.
I think it's being creative.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says states, right? So a state.
It just says state.
You can be in a state of bliss. You could be in a state of depression.
Yeah, state of mind.
Right. So
it doesn't say U.S. states by geography. It just says states.
yeah. Or the category or scattergory would be U.S. states.
Yeah, we're gonna kill each other over this game.
I can't wait to fight you guys. I'm gonna fight you guys so hard.
Let me go to Josh. Hey, Josh. Good morning.
Hey, what's up? You guys are out.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. What's your story, man, about getting into it over a game?
Yeah, so my family and friends, a group of us used to do like NHL on a Sega NHL tournament, and this was probably like 20 years ago. And my brother, me and my brother's best friend. No, I'm sorry, I'm messing up the story. My brother took out my brother's best friend's big time player like Paul Correa at the time or whatever in the finals, and so my brother slapped him in the face over the game.
Slapped him in the face.
Similar to the story that kicked this whole thing off.
Yeah, and
Only
I think it ruined the game, and then we ended up having to revamp and try to do it another day, but we had a bunch of people over.
Who wants to play with someone who's going to be moved enough to slap you in the face if you you beat them?
I know. I've never gotten quite that, but I have gotten quite perturbed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Have
good.
you ever seen anybody get mad like on a game show? Have you ever seen it? Because
Yes.
You have.
A while ago, there was somebody, and I remember because I talked about this with my wife, where I saw though not technically because the guy was getting agitated with himself, but he was getting visibly pissed.
There was a lady on Wheel of Fortune last night, Steve. I don't know if you watched it.
No,
but
I missed it last night.
The lady in the middle was not having fun, and the other people on either side of her were doing well,
right,
you could watch her face getting visibly perturbed at the other people getting answers right and moving forward. And so, like, most people when they go on those shows like that, they're told to have a good time and to smile a lot. But lady last night was not enjoying herself.
Do you know
much.
where that can happen, Nick, on Wheel of Fortune? Is if the other person does all the legwork.
Oh my God!
All the legwork of getting you towards the solving of the puzzle, and then they come in because they miss a turn or they get a bankrupt, and the person comes in and does nothing and just solves the puzzle.
Here's a text. This is Liz who's texting him from Holly Springs, Georgia. And she says, Scattergory story. Letter was K. Category was names from the Bible. My Jewish husband said Keith. And I laughed and said no. And he said, well, I thought maybe it was in your half. Somebody had texted in and said that it says in the instructions for Scattergories that creativity and subjectivity are encouraged.
Oh, geez.
So that states thing would have been absolutely acceptable.
Yeah, we will have to read the official directions before we begin our game. Wow,
we should probably get who makes the game.
Is it Milton Bradley? I don't know.
See if they could provide a judge, a Scattergories judge.
Oh,
No,
like an
you are the
official
judge.
Categories judge.
No,
everybody is the judge.
Yeah, that's the thing. You are. Everybody has to agree, and that's where the fights come in because they have to debate it.
Yeah, the other part is because if you write down like a common answer, like Delaware, Nick, chances are your answer is going to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Canceled out.
Canceled out because somebody else is going to have that answer. So it encourages people to be more creative with their answers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
That's why depression, I think, is a home run.
Yeah.
Yep. Hang on. Let's get another slap story. I got TJ on the line. TJ, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good. What's up, bud?
So I was playing Mortal Kombat about a year ago with my 9-year-old nephew, and I kept beating him, and he just came over and slapped me in the face. I was in shock.
Your 9-year-old nephew slapped you in the face over Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and I was so mad. I wanted to kick the crap out of him, but I was so mad.
Did he realize eventually? Did he get a talking to, or how was he reprimanded?
Oh, I screamed at him, and then my uncle screamed back at him, and then he yelled at me for screaming at his kid. Because
So it could have erupted into a whole melee over Mortal Kombat.
Lovely family moment. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. One more call, and then we got to take a break. I'm going to go to John. Hey, John. Good morning.
Hey, did you guys ever hear Jerkmate?
Yo.
You ever hear Jerkmates?
I wish I knew where that was. Wait. I think I got it. Hang on a second here.
Yo, ever heard of Jerkmate?
There it is. What's up, John?
Hey, so this is probably late 80s, early 90s. Do you guys remember when they used to have those Heinz bottles of ketchup that were like 64 ounces? They were basically buckets of. So I was playing my brother in that handheld football game. Do you remember the game that had like the red just electronic dots and you would just try to race across the field?
Yeah, Mattel, the Mattel handheld football game, yeah.
Yes, that was before Nintendo. So I was playing my brother who's 12 years older than me. So he's 18 and I'm 6. He was beating the crap out of me for like an hour. I finally got pissed. I threw the game at him. I went to the kitchen, got a full 64-ounce bottle of ketchup, hurled it on as fast as I could. He moved.
Whoa.
Hits the corner of the TV. It explodes. The entire room is covered in ketchup for like 2 weeks.
Oh, my
God.
This,
you know how ketchup, when it sits out for a while, it can just start to stink?
Becomes like red tar.
Oh, my God. The house was just putrid for weeks.
Well, there you go. Are you a better competitor now that you've aged a little bit?
No, I'm worse.
Well, there you go.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good
All
night,
right. Sometimes it can get away from you for whatever reason. You get pushed to that level and you just can't control it. But, we're going to have to sample Scattergories and see how we handle that.
I love that idea.
All right, I want to take a break. We are going to come back in a second. Don't forget, we have a secret text word, chance for you to win a pair of tickets to the June 7th performance of Freestyle Love Supreme, which is the Miller Theater. That's formerly the Miriam Theater. Text word secret, 39333. We'll see if you win in a bit. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
lot of people suffer from it. Like if you
after having babies and stuff like that.
leak.
Occasionally, if you laugh hard or you go to pick up a car, you'll pee a little bit.
Boys incontinence pads.
There you go.
I knew women who would pee when they laughed every single time. I felt bad for them.
Oops, pooped a little.
No, I have a friend.
Stop making me laugh. You're making me crap myself.
I have a friend who peed all over our other friend's chair because she was laughing so hard and she just couldn't control it.
You know?
It is one of those things.
Yeah, you pop a few babies out of there, and it's tough.
When I had the prostatectomy, I was wearing those first off the
diapers.
Sure. By the way, the adult diapers are the best underwear you could possibly wear. They're super comfortable.
Wait, you wore the diapers? I didn't know this.
For like a week.
Oh, I had to, after my vasectomy.
You had to wear them too?
I had to wear, in fact, I have a picture of me here with it on somewhere. In there. Not like full-on diapers. I could be crapping myself.
My mommy.
But that was more for the front. Steve, you had the butt and everything, right? Everything covered, right?
What they do is they're awesome, Kathy. You would love them.
I can't believe we're talking about
they have this huge 3.5-foot safety pin.
I would love
and then I go around with this huge pacifier.
No.
think of like regular briefs that are a little bit thicker, but they're great.
We wore them in college for fun, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it would be a drunken night in the fraternity house.
Hey, Marissa has adult diapers.
No, that's a diaper.
No, that's a real diaper.
Oh, that's a real diaper.
Yeah. That was my my big break in radio as I wore diapers to live broadcasts.
Right, they're comfy.
No, that's not what I'm talking
That's
about.
like a pull-up if you have trouble going when you go to bed, Preston.
Yeah, for adults. Yeah, exactly.
No, I didn't wear that.
You didn't wear this?
No.
Okay.
It's like a regular like a brief. That's just a little thicker.
There you go.
You look a Roman soldier.
Thank you. I put the diaper on my head. I used to do this for fun when we had kids. I'd put a diaper on my head, and I wish it stood straight up. How cool would that be? If it
Put your back scratcher in there.
Your chef is here.
You might be able to have it stick up.
I think it might be too tall. I'm going to try this out. Marissa's taking pictures, so you'll be able to enjoy it at home.
Hang on.
Wait, hang on.
All right, come on, jam it in there.
I almost got it. Hang on.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, man.
No?
Oh, you look like Johnny Bravo.
I'm trying to help you.
Albino Johnny Bravo. I got a diaper on my head, man.
All right, hang on. Sorry. Casey's got the right idea.
Casey's got it. It's up.
Casey's done this before.
This is not my first diaper head rodeo thing.
That looks great, actually.
Hi, everybody.
He's slow.
I'm waving to the camera.
What's in the front?
What's in the front? You mean what's in the front?
Well, there's a little like.
It's business in the front, and then the party's in the
diaper
back.
in the back.
Okay.
Business in the front,
What are you
diaper in the
talking
back.
about?
There's the little rectangle area right above the forehead.
That's your absorbent part.
Yeah, it's the absorbent.
So Nick,
where you pee and poop.
What I was wearing was.
I've never seen a diaper on a man's head like this before.
Okay.
What I was wearing was like a brief that was just a little bit thicker than regular underwear.
Okay.
Not this behemoth.
All right. Well, anyhow.
Brooke pees her pants.
What's that?
That's how we started talking about.
No, yeah. So
pants.
Brook Park pees her pants. Yeah. So anyhow, she said that they are all committed to moving forward as a loving family.
I don't care.
All right. Let's see what we got here. A preview of what appears to be Ghost's new single "Rats" has emerged online ahead of the track's official debut.
I can't help but think of Charlie Brown when you say that.
I know. The 26-second excerpt comes comes just days before the full song's rumored arrival on Thanksgiving evening or Friday morning.
Rats.
Rats is taken from the
It's a delightful Charlie Brown story.
Rats.
The Swedish band's upcoming fourth album, for which more details are also said to be arriving at the end of this week. Isn't that funny? That used to be kind of a pseudo curse word for kids.
Yeah.
Rats.
It was akin to the C word.
Yeah.
Was it though?
No.
Oh, it was completely the C word.
Ghost frontman.
What did you just say? Did you say the R word?
R-.
But I didn't say roads. I said the big one.
Ghost frontman Tobias Forge told Loudwire about Rats when he said, when I was when I was a kid, there was a concert called Moscow Peace Festival. Ozzy Osbourne opened with I Don't Know, and it's such an effing great opening track.
It's
He said this was in front of like 80,000 people who went nuts, and I wanted to have that feel with rats.
What's that? That's Rocky
doing the Rocky.
Exactly. Say, do that again. I'm sorry. I would not have even.
No.
I would have never picked up on that.
But Casey did.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, it's the best Rocky ever.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 3 was on last night.
Dear God.
And they're still doing a marathon.
Clubber Lang and Thunderlips.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. That the training sequence, especially with the beach race, which looks like
It's him and Apollo, right?
Oh my God! Yeah, it is.
Palo.
Yeah.
But not to go off on a tangent here, but Adrian's speech on the beach is so. She's a good actress, but not in that scene.
I don't remember. What was it?
You're a fighter. You gotta get up and fight. I married a fighter. Yeah, you don't act too good. I know you're like the Godfather. You were terrific, but you're just literally terrible now.
There's a funny new character, Steve. I'm sure you've seen on SNL. That's every girlfriend in every boxing movie ever.
Yeah. Oh no, I'd love to see that.
It's really good.
Who's doing it?
It's one of the newer actresses. Yeah, and it's on Weekend Update.
Oh, I got to see that.
And it's basically like Renee Zellweger and Cinderella Man and meets Adrian meets
the put upon, long suffering.
Yeah, she's taking the kids to the sister's house, and it's one cliche after another, but it's really funny.
So maybe.
There we go. If you have the clip, yeah.
So maybe you lose, or maybe you don't, but you gotta fight. Excuse me, now I gotta feed the seagulls. What? They fly down and they eat it right out of your hand. You're an idiot! I'm sorry, were you saying something? I plan on giving up.
Instead of fighting?
This guy's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
He's got a mohawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mickey protected me.
Wow.
So this was about Ozzy?
No, it was actually about ghosts.
Oh, ghosts.
And then we went to Ozzy, and then we went to Rocky.
All right, Russia.
But it's what we do at the Preston and Steve Show. Ghostman.
My name is Ghostman Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you, Ghost Man. Can you talk some sense into this bitch?
That's how you fight with your woman, Scooby-Doo.
All right, Kevin, we're playing Mashup Madness. You know what to do, right?
Most certainly.
All right, here is the mashup for the two of you. Here we go.
Somebody out?
Kevin.
Kevin, okay, Kevin.
Kevin, the two songs, please.
Do Me Like the Devil and...
Hang on.
Hold on.
Say that again.
Do Me Like the Devil and...
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, that's we can't give it to you. Do Me With the Devil is not a correct time.
All right, but it's gonna hurt. I have horns on my pee-pee.
But listen, Katie gets to take a shot and ask.
Oh God, this is so much harder when you're under pressure. Well, I do know that it's Running with the Devil.
Okay. And what's the other song?
You know that beat. You know
I
it.
know.
Sing the lyrics in your head.
I can't get it.
Oh, sorry. That means, Kevin, you get to take another shot at it.
Running with the Devil and Celebrate.
Yeah! You got it back! Do me like the devil!
All right,
Okay,
Katie.
but lava comes out.
Pedro Almodovar has set the stars for his upcoming film Dolor y Gloria, which is pain and
Baby's Day Out. It's
it's pain and glory.
Okay.
His production house El Desio announced that Almodovar will reunite with Antonio Banderas.
Yes.
And Penelope Cruz.
I have worked with him in many pictures. Many of them in my native language of French.
No, not French.
No?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Penelope Cruz as well.
Absolutely.
And it will.
Don't you love me, Antonio? I do. I love you boobies.
It will chronicle a. What do you love?
I love you boobies. They protrude like two fleshy missiles.
It will chronicle. It's so romantic.
Yeah.
You know?
And you snatch is nothing to sneeze at.
Dude.
Totally went there.
It sounds less
what's a
FCC
snatch?
offensive.
When you say snatch?
See, you snatch. It's very trimmed like a Sharpei.
What is a snatch?
It's the little cardboard between your thighs. Your snatch.
Technically, that's not a real word, so you know.
It's not FCC violation.
It's okay.
No.
Should be good.
Yeah.
SNASH. Snash.
It's very similar to your gatch.
All right, then.
He says Spanish 101.
Oh, dear God. What I have written in quotations on my info sheet is the word meshies.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you guys know what it is because Casey told us what this is. But this is from a...
we'll just say a friend of mine.
A friend of yours and his girlfriend.
Yes, this is years ago.
They eventually get married?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Murder-suicide.
No. That's not what happened. But they... What age range are we talking when the meshies were happening?
Freshman year in their college.
In college. And they were both... virgins?
They were both virgins.
Okay.
And they had dated for a long time in college, and I just assumed
they'd done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just assumed that, and because they were, especially he was so committed. Do you know what I mean? Like so.
Committed to her?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was like one of those deals like, the first person that touches it, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to marry this person.
Right.
It was like that kind of commitment.
Okay.
And I didn't find out until just a few weeks ago that that whole time, because they had dated, I think, almost all the way up until senior year.
So for years.
Yeah. They never had sex.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people make the choice to do that.
Yeah.
But it goes even further. They used to do this thing called meshies. Okay. And
meshies.
This is going to be interesting how you describe it. All right, thank you very much, Kath. Nick, you wanted to mention this. Today's the last day.
It is, yeah. So the Man of the Year campaign wraps up today. This is the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I've been involved with this great organization for a number of years, and they've nominated me to be the Man of the Year, which is a really cool honor. It's a fundraising effort, and today is the last day that you can donate. The cutoff for donations is at 4:30 this afternoon. So if you consider doing it, none of this money is for me, by the way. This is all to a really great organization, LLS, and everything that they do, everybody that they help, they do it for free. So the information is up on PrestonandSteve.com, WMMR.com. You can find all the information on my social media accounts as well. Please, if you're going to make a donation, do it today and do it before 4:30 because that's the cutoff time.
All right. Excellent. That wraps up today.
Yes, sir.
And there's another charity event that is coming up. It is this weekend. And we're happy to bring back a friend to the show. We actually saw him at the Barbecue.
Yes.
This past weekend. And there he is.
Hey, yeah, that's right. That's me. Oh, my gosh. It's the magic of radio. Feeling it all throughout Philadelphia.
Just let him
You got to
go.
wait to just keep going.
Yeah, he's going into his monologue now.
That's the Pituation, guys.
In case you didn't know.
The Pituation. Rich Liebing, who is a former intern of the Preston and Steve Show.
Thank you.
Is it? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I always hear the sound cue and I think I have to go right then and there.
Right.
Like it's like the gun at the race. Like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, you're a podcaster. You're the crusty underwear. What is it? Crispy Noodle. That's right. Yeah, no, it's actually a good show. You and your friend do it, right?
Thank you. Yes, yeah, we've been doing it for some time now, and we're dipping our toes into video now.
Oh, really?
With that, so that's been
Like
going very
adult
well.
stuff, or
yeah,
two
we're
pitches
going,
in a cup.
We're going on OnlyFans or whatever.
There you go.
Ever heard of Jerkmate?
There you go, Jerkmate. There you go. We're going on one of those. Coming soon.
Wait, what's your podcast called?
The Crispy Noodle.
What's it about?
General talk. We do sports, entertainment, and odd news.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I kind of took the skill. Actually, to be honest with you, this is a testament to you. I kind of took the skills that I learned here being an intern, researching news and odd news and stuff like that, and I tried to develop into my own little spin with the crispy noodle. So,
yeah, you weren't supposed to do that.
What? I wasn't?
No, that's why we tried to kill you.
I'm very happy.
No,
actually.
that's awesome.
That's cool, Pitch. I bet you guys
they do
have
a
lot
nice
of fun.
job. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Excellent. All right, so about the event, because you've been here year after year to mention this is a lot of fun, and it's the game show marathon.
Yes, this is the big one. And I'm so happy that we're doing this back in person because we were in a very uneasy state. With obviously with everything with COVID and
distancing and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, you'd think it is designed, it's able to be done that way, but you have a real dynamic sort of situation that takes place because it's like an ode to game shows,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, we're all big game show fanatics. Me, Corey, Bob, and Christian are the main organizers, and we host all 24 shows in 24 hours. Consecutively, bam, 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 one each hour. And it's been like, it's almost like a weird dream come true because the four of us, we get to live out our dream. We've always had a weird inkling. We've always wanted to host a game show.
Right.
And we get to live out our dreams with the 24-hour game show marathon.
So you're doing some of the classic game shows, right?
That's another thing, too. We do a great variety, I feel like. We do some classics. We do your Wheel of Fortune, your Jeopardy, your Family Feud. We do some modern ones, too, like The Chase. But then every now and then we'll throw in like an oddball one, like a research a show that we've researched from like Japan that involves like dice, and it's like okay, let's try this one out and see how this works.
Do you have a favorite game show of all time, one that entertains you more than others?
It would have to be Pressure Luck. There's something about the whammy.
No whammies.
No whammy. Yeah, it's all randomized, and you have people that are talking and they're like trying to channel and like woo the whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, and it's like like when you really think about it on a practical level, right? Like
I'm with you.
So Elizabeth Banks,
I'm laughing at your energy.
Elizabeth Banks hosts the primetime version of the show.
Correct.
And when you watch it, and Preston, I know you when it first came on, I know you would watch it as well.
Yeah.
There's literally no skill other than just pushing a button.
Yeah.
And it's all random. I'll take this though. The Elizabeth Banks version, at least, had some of the biggest prizes. Like a pair of BMWs.
Yeah.
Like pretty wild.
Yeah, oh my gosh. You have
Marissa pulled that up, yeah.
Oh, yes.
There was somebody that figured it out. There's one of those things. It was like
He
when
cheated.
it hit the left corner, he
Yep.
knew it was going to go to one of the big prizes or something like that.
Was
He
that-
watched
was that
enough
the
episodes.
methodology?
It was
Yeah.
Richard Lawson, and back in the 80s, he figured out that the pattern wasn't actually truly randomized,
Yeah.
that it was an actual pattern. And he found out that in the one scheme, if you tapped the button right before the second row on the right, it was the second item on the right-hand side of the wall. If you tapped it right then and there, you would hit the $5,000 in a spin. And he just kept doing it over and over and
That's
over and
excellent,
over
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And it's one of the few cases of like fraud in like the game show industry. It's crazy.
Explain this. So for 1 hour, you said for 24 hours, you're going to be doing these different game shows. And how do people participate?
Literally, you go to gameshowmarathon.com. I mean, we've tried to make this as simple as possible.
Right.
You go to the website, gameshowmarathon.com. You can watch the stream right then and there.
Do Jerkmates get a discount?
I don't know what our business arrangement was.
Ever heard of Jerkmate?
Yeah, we'll have to work out the final arrangement with that. No, it's you go to gameshowmarathon.com. You can see the whole stream right there, and you can donate right there as well. It's easy to donate. We've tried to make it as very simple. Your one-stop shop for everything that has to do with this marathon.
So is there any way for a signaling button to sound like this?
There might be a way. Because something else that's funny too that I always kind of forget to plug is that we're doing this in real time where when you're watching the stream.
Yes.
We have like a little sounder that goes off when somebody donates. And what we've realized over the last couple of marathons is you could donate and you could try and mess us up. Because we're either trying to host the game show or we're trying to play the game show, and there's a little bit of competitiveness. We want to be able to show our mettle that we're smart. I don't know how smart I am, but we try to show off our mettle. But you can if you want to try.
So when someone makes a donation, a sound will come up. By the way, A lot of people don't know. We're familiar with the situation with Rich for his ability to mimic Stallone.
Yes.
But that's an impression of Fonzie.
Yeah, that's Fonzie.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was wearing my leather jacket one day and I was in the mood.
Can we hear some of your Rocky impression?
Oh no,
that you do so well.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Pierre asked me to do it on MMRBQ. I was like, really, Pierre? I mean, I guess
He's
Pierre
a
must
big
like my
fan.
imitation, but
It's like having him in the room.
I don't know where that clip is.
Yeah.
Casey's not here, so normally he has.
But I try to do a little. Hey yo. I'm trying. This is just how I try and talk over here. I'm a little punchy, over here. I try to. I punch in the ring. I punch when I talk.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Do more.
But that I assume that you're
playing Rocky clips. And let me do an impression.
I don't want to get guys to get copyright.
Where's the whole thing? That was my. Oh yeah, here we go. Hang on a second. This is the whole clip when he came.
Hey
yo. Situation.
Hey yo, I don't want to bring up part of my Rocky impersonation, which is really bad now that I'm hearing myself. All right, never mind.
Yeah. That was the pitch and a ride. That was you had me try and hitchhike from Plymouth Meeting to the
Jack Frost
Cardboard Classic.
Cardboard Classic. That's right.
Oh my
pitch
gosh.
and a ride.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I love that one.
Wow.
Yeah. Can I blow your mind?
Yeah.
Please. I thought you were. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I started
Better than his dog.
Yeah.
Okay. But I started as an intern here 2012. So that means it's been 10 years.
10 years
my
ago.
God.
Yeah.
10 years.
My
And you're
God.
married, and we have a picture in our prep sheet of you cutting the wedding cake with your lovely wife.
Yeah, I'm on as an image on the prep sheet. Oh my gosh, I made it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and hey, you ran into a former intern as well, Mary in New Orleans.
Yes.
Yeah, we got an email from Mary, which is really great. She does the dueling pianos, and we were talking about her not that long ago. And then she sent everybody an email, and then you and I were chatting a little bit about this at barbecue. But what happened? You guys were both in New Orleans at the same time?
My wife, Rachel, I love you. We I had to give her a shout.
Please don't leave me.
After this interview.
Please don't leave me.
Yes. We had our honeymoon in New Orleans, and we're down there in New Orleans, and we had reservations for the Court of the Two Sisters, if I remember correctly, and. I'm going to finish up my last plate of I don't know. I probably had jambalaya or something.
Yeah.
And
does it really matter?
Just keep telling me.
And I look over and I'm like, there's intern Mary right over there. I'm like, Mary, what's up? And
you can see her through the steam of the jambalaya.
Yeah, very hot.
What a while that you
what are the odds that two Preston Steve interns are in New Orleans on their honeymoon and we run into each other?
I love it. Well, that's excellent.
It was crazy.
So one thing we failed to mention is you always pick a recipient for the charity.
Yeah, this is a charity drive.
And so by participating and making those donations, who is the beneficiary?
Yes, a wonderful charity called Child's Play. I mean, this is where we get serious. This is
if I may.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, I know. I was really going to tighten down on that. All right.
But the situation gets serious in a powerful situation episode.
Powerful pitch.
Powerful pitch. I like that.
Situation, you wait until you feel comfortable before you give that up.
What was the thing you guys were saying an hour ago? Powerful stance or something?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do it during this. Okay.
So
Child's Play?
Yes, Child's Play, they donate toys and video games to kids that are in
have
hospitals
the souls
and
of
shelters.
serial killers in them, right? So they give toys to hospitals like a Toys for Tots sort of thing.
Yes, but they channel more towards games and video games, and something that really catches me, that always kind of makes me tear up a little bit, is VR. And it's something that you don't.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing. If you're in a hospital and can't get out of those walls, but mind you, wonderful people and stuff like that, but that frees you up. That's
correct.
Great.
Or if you don't have much mobility at all,
right?
If you're bedridden, VR might
makes
give
a
you
huge
sensation
difference.
of being out into who knows what loads of different environments.
Is that the focus on some VR stuff as well as other video game things?
Child's Play has been doing VR for a lot of these sick kids.
That's
and
cool.
It's something that you don't like. You just think it's a video game, but it's so much more than that when you're talking about VR. I mean, you're literally taking them out of their situation and putting them into a fun, uplifting situation. So it's a great charity.
So people can watch obviously and donate that way, and then I assume we have a link that we're going to put up concerning where people can donate regardless, right?
Yep. Gameshowmarathon.com. That's where we've got everything: the stream, how you donate. And it's just all around. It makes you feel good. You're donating to a great cause. You're watching us be crazy with our wacky game shows and
the impressions
and the impressions.
Yeah.
And you can interrupt us too during the broadcast.
Have you been working on any new impressions? Anybody that?
No, I
do
don't
like
know.
an Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything like that. Try it.
Schwarzenegger, like I only think of like the thing where on Mad TV where Will Sasso was baby Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm a baby. Like just like I don't know why. It's the only thing I can think of when it comes to Schwarzenegger. And he has like that cigar as a baby, like I'm a baby.
That's Will Sasso. doing
Yes. That always makes me
like
laugh.
Sean Connery. You're Schwarzenegger. Sounded like
He's almost like Sean Connery.
I think he sounded like he was from Australia.
Say that. Give me the Bond, James Bond, in your best Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Okay, so James Bond.
That's actually okay.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
okay. Yeah.
Stick with that one.
I hope I can do Bond a little bit better. I'm a big Steve. I'm a big fan of the Bond movies.
As am I, yeah.
I had Nobody Does It Better as our wedding song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thank God Rachel agreed with that.
From View to a Kill.
Let's throw some more impressions at Pitchuation. Who would you guys like him to try?
How about a Johnny Carson?
He wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, I like something like, well, it's a little tight up in here.
Hey, Kermit.
And on the
It's a
show
little
tonight,
tight up
we
in
have up in this bitch.
It's a little tight up.
A little tight here up in this bitch.
The phrase that Carson said all the time.
Yeah.
Tight up in here.
It's a little tight up in here.
Do you do a Christopher Walken? at all?
You've got to do one.
Guys, things are happening over here, and if you go over the Poconos, there's a mountain chocolate.
Oh my God!
So you start with Kermit and build on that.
Yeah, everything splinters from that impression.
Okay.
Wait,
Where does the mountain of chocolate come from?
I don't know.
Yeah, Can I hear?
I was trying to get the Hershey and I lost it.
Yes, Casey is requesting Yoda. Now everybody does a Yoda, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do or do not. There is no try. Yes.
There you go. That's in your wheelhouse.
Actually, I just realized that's just my creepy voice. Like I just like like, just I don't know. If
You
I'm
do
just,
a creepy voice?
like if I'm just trying to be like sometimes like you're working long shifts or something. You're just like you need something to like jolt you out. You'd be like
Oh, I do that all the time, almost every day.
yeah. I didn't realize I did it as loud as I thought I did.
Never do that.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, I've had moments where I just scream and I'm just like, oh shoot, I'm screaming this and the whole house can hear.
Give us your most macho resonant sort of.
You want to go the other way?
Right,
Okay,
right.
I'm getting into the stance and yes, I feel like Bill Weston. Oh my gosh, did I literally say Bill Weston? He just walked in the room.
You did.
Oh my God.
No. Oh my gosh.
He's cutting us off.
No.
Are you waving our guest off?
No. Oh my gosh, I'm getting the hook from Bill Weston.
He was giving him the hook.
Philadelphia, help me!
No, I was saying just ignore that man in the corner. Duke Mike has been distorted this whole interview. It's like, and he's been popping his peas and just like being a real pro on the mic. I was coming to check the levels.
I got you.
Bill and Pitch are good
They're
friends.
close now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hat buddies. Did you know we're hat buddies?
What are hat buddies?
We wore the same hat at MMBarbecue.
What do you do if you walk into an event and you realize you're wearing the same clothing that Pitchuation is wearing?
Oh my God.
I wanted to run the other way.
Yeah. You were both dressed like Doc Brown on vacation.
You gotta get there, Marty.
All right. Well, that
was just Doc.
That was your Doc Brown.
You got to get there, Marty.
That's Back to the Future in a nutshell. You gotta get there, Marty. That's
good stuff.
Yeah.
Are you wrapping it up?
What we ought to do, what we really ought to do at Pitchuation sometime is give him some lines and not ones that would give away who he is doing an impression of.
It's a great contest.
And see if someone can guess who the impression that he's doing.
Because do you want
to do that right now? I mean, we got a couple. We only have a couple of minutes to play with, and we don't have enough time to go into something else.
I think
you know
we
what I
have
mean?
them back.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
And we have some.
I'd like to do that as a real legit.
All right, we'll do it another time.
I think Bill said, "Don't worry about the spots or anything. Keep going."
Don't worry. Going with this.
Yeah.
This is too good.
You got to keep running with this. All right. Well,
I'm sorry, Mr. Weston.
Our sister stations are down here making bids on you.
So the game show marathon is this weekend.
Yes.
It is June 4th. Is that Saturday into Sunday?
Yeah, so we start
what time?
Noon, right on Saturday. Go time. We start with Family Feud. I'm up first, actually. Yeah, I'm hosting Family Feud.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Okay. Yeah, literally, I can guarantee you, 12 p.m. The feed will be on, and I'm on.
In all seriousness, people last time you did it, they pay attention. They duck in and out, and they have a good time. You guys do a good job.
No, thank you very much.
When you're doing Family Feud, do you try to channel a Richard Dawson, or do you try to channel a Steve Harvey, or anything like
Louis
that?
Anderson?
Or are you just being yourself, or Louis Anderson?
Kind of myself and Richard Dawson. Dawson was always the classic.
You do the survey says.
Yeah, you got to. Oh
Okay.
yeah, you got
All right.
to. Survey says you got to do the hand motion. And
all right.
Do you kiss all the contestants?
I can't now. I'm married. Hey, there you go.
Survey says mountain of chocolate.
Mountain of chocolate.
Survey says it's stiff up here. Or was that no tight up here?
Tight up here.
It's tight up here.
It's a little tight up in here.
There you go.
The category is things the Pitchuation says.
That would be a good Scattergories category.
I do miss hearing your laugh, dude. You crack me up.
And it's authentic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do miss being with you guys, but it's been
man
a long time.
You should see the amount of texts coming in of people wanting you to do different impressions.
Just pick one. Pick one.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay. A tribute for the late great Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh yeah, I gotta do this. I don't. What is happening over there? With that mountain of chocolate? With the mountain of chocolate is happening right over there in front of me. The mountain.
Have you noticed that everything is either over there or over here? Up in here.
There was a mountain of chocolate over there, and now it's over here. Look, I'm giving you spatial awareness here. What other impression is going to give you spatial awareness?
Not many.
Oh, not many, sir. Not many. All right. The details for the Game Show Marathon can be found at gameshowmarathon.com. And in all seriousness, it is a really cool organization. Child's Play. They're getting games and VR games and all kinds of stuff to kids in hospitals.
Oh, it just sounds so good. It definitely sounds. You picked a good place to send the money, and this year I think that whole VR thing is amazing.
And in 2020, you guys raised $7,500. What are you looking to get this year?
I mean, we're looking to get the same amount or something similar. It's been kind of a little bit of we're not sure, between the sponsors that are coming back and stuff, because we had to postpone last year because of COVID. So we, in the process, we give and take, lost a couple sponsors, but
I'm going to make sure
try
that
to
and I'll hit it on social media too. I love the whole concept is so nice, and everyone will participate, and it's a good time. So I'm going to say go for $10,000.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can do that.
That's a big target.
Yeah.
All right.
5 digits.
All 5.
Survey says
chocolate. All right, Pitch. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, guys.
And we wish you the best. There he goes, Rich Liebig. The Pitchuation, former intern of the Preston and Steve Show, and now a game show master. We're going to take, there you go. Round of applause for everybody. We are going to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we got the Bizarre File when we return. Stay with us.
Friend Elisa came
She
by.
called them meshies?
She kept calling my shorts meshies.
Like mesh shorts.
And in my mind, I just was laughing.
You were thinking of this.
Because meshies completely means something else now.
Okay.
But so when they didn't actually have sex, but they would mess around with each other.
Is this? Are we? Okay, just to clarify here, is this through the clothes stuff?
So, meshies was a special thing, a special treat that he would receive from her.
Yes.
Where he would have to go put mesh shorts on. Okay.
Okay.
And she would perform on him.
Okay, so this would be no underwear?
No underwear, just meshies.
Okay.
And she would
She would
She'd use
show
her mouth.
her
Yeah,
mouth.
she would use her mouth.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and say what she's
Fine.
doing with
No,
that.
she could be yodeling.
Yeah.
Why did he have to have mesh shorts on?
Because they're thinner and as opposed to like denim or something like that, mesh shorts, you can. There's not as much. It's almost like wearing latex, I guess, or something. You know,
I guess
the mesh shorts allows you could feel breath through them.
Yeah.
You could feel. They're aerated a little bit,
Right.
So
Now-
it's the Swiss cheese of underwear.
But I still don't get why he had to have those on.
Well, so it's one of two reasons, and I'm not really sure, Kathy. I don't know if the mesh material left enough room for the Holy Spirit, or she just didn't. She was grossed out by what was underneath. You know, like didn't want contact.
Was this? Was it religious reasons?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
It's
so
one
it
of two reasons. Either
plausible deniability, I think, is what the meshies provided them.
Okay.
Man, that's insane.
You know what?
Take off the damn shorts.
Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. You're really splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing everything to cause you pleasure except for flesh-on-flesh contact.
The concept of saving yourself from marriage, that's absolutely fine.
Is it?
Yeah. And for many people, that's you know, I wouldn't besmirch someone who's making that choice and thinks that's totally fine. This is so cheating.
Yeah.
This is so cheating.
Yeah.
Because you are right there.
You're right
and
there.
if you're taking it to Happy Town, if you're going all the way to the end of the line.
how do you get excited about that either? You know
Well,
what I
he
mean?
hadn't had it.
He hadn't had it.
But you're like, oh man, it's like Friday night, but ooh, meshy, go get your shorts on.
All right, I think I was missing the point.
Did you brush your teeth?
I think I was missing the point. It's happening through the shorts?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Did you,
Got it.
Steve, did you check under the bed?
Yes. Right. Where are my Oreos?
But wait a minute. So would he?
I can't. There's a siren.
Would he get the ultimate pleasure from that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It
He's
can
doing a lot
happen
of laundry, I guess.
when your friend told you about this.
And by the way, friend is not code for me.
Yeah.
No,
it's not,
I didn't believe it was you.
All right.
No, but when your friend
Meshies is code for you.
When your friend told you about this, was this years later or?
Yeah.
Oh, this wasn't during
the period.
While you knew they were a couple. While they were a couple.
No, because you got to figure this was 94 through 96 or something like that, and I just found out about it this year.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And does he laughably look back at it?
Oh yeah,
or- okay.
yeah. I mean, it was because now it's he's married, kids, and he's done the full deal and all that sort of stuff. And
But to Nick's point, does he ever mention whether that's sort of a okay, like a little bit of a turn on? Still, right?
No. I mean, I just was so blown away because I just assumed that whole time. You know what I mean? They were
people will choose not to, and that's okay.
But Case but he did share with you that was their nickname for it.
Yeah,
they
meshies.
shared that name.
Meshies.
Got to get a meshy tonight.
And I was pissed
That
because
dinner was great. Go get your shorts. Really?
Can I wear the yellow ones? They're the thinnest ones I
They're a
own.
little thin, but all right.
I have a friend, Preston, that does this.
Yeah, this guy says he wears mesh shorts to strip clubs.
Now, my friend
that's
wears
creepy.
really thin sweatpants.
His blammin' pants.
Without underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, deliberately.
That was a thing on the Family Guy.
Blammin' pants?
Blammin' pants.
Oh, God.
Say that again?
Blammin' pants.
Blammin'?
Yeah,
Like
he's
that's
going
the
to
noise
strip,
you make?
Yeah, he was going to strip clubs. I'm going to put on my blammin'.
The first person in the world to receive 2 facial transplants says he's feeling well 3 months after his latest groundbreaking operation.
Yeah, but his friends are calling him two-faced.
You'd have to. Jerome Hammond had his first transplanted face removed last year after signs of rejection followed a treatment with an incompatible antibiotic during a cold.
Yeah, because it's just as with an organ donation, sometimes the body will reject it. So the first face didn't take.
Well, it was the antibiotics that caused it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
The medication that's supposed to help it hurt it.
No. It was that wasn't the anti-rejection drugs. So he had a cold and he took antibiotics, and that caused
Oh my
the
God.
rejection to happen. His new face remains smooth and motionless, and his skull, skin, and features are yet to be fully aligned.
So he basically looks like Kris Jenner.
But he is positive about his recovery.
It is astonishing that someone who's undergone some sort of radically horrific accident or whatever has a shot at having a usable, outwardly normal-looking face.
And you said that he was in the hospital without a face for 2 months?
Yeah, and he couldn't talk at all.
But he could dance.
Man, oh man. God.
You are the worst ever. God.
I try to see the glasses half full, Kathy.
You should. What an optimist, Steve Morrison.
Or half messed up.
Just watch his feet. Just watch his feet.
Just watch.
Yeah.
Don't look at him in the eye.
Focus on the feet.
Don't look up.
Oh, look at him.
Oh my God, he's great. Give him the mic.
Stop it.
Oh my God.
But now he's fine, so we
this
can't.
is okay.
It would actually be wrong to not joke.
It's not okay. I think that this is not okay.
It's probably not okay.
Please welcome Mr. Jason Reitman to our show this morning. Hi, Jason.
Pleasure to be here.
Nice to see you.
One of our great embarrassments on the show here is you came in with Diablo Cody years ago, and we hadn't done our due diligence, and we were just more fascinated with the fact that she had been a stripper at some point and had a little
well, he's getting into a successful Hollywood career.
And here she is, this incredible script writer that that she's become, and you and she seem to really synergize really well. I mean, so when you get a script from her, you just automatically, I see this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm imagine it's like when you guys met for the first time. You don't realize when you're on a first date of a relationship that's going to last the rest of your life.
Right.
And I met her for the first time, and we went to this bar in L.A., and she ordered a dirty martini, and I got a Diet Coke because I am the rock and roll of that relationship. And
Diet Coke.
And what has begun is this relationship where every 5 years we make a movie. It was Juno, and then Young Adult, and now Tully. And I'm looking forward to see the movies we make when we're in our 70s. Our hospice comedy is going to be amazing.
Because her as you have said in interviews, her tone and her take on things is changing, as is yours, and now you're a family man yourself. But her ability to write females that and people in general, but females that are flawed and relatable is uncanny.
Yeah, and look, I think there's kind of a through line between all three films. And this one, Tully, is about that moment when you become a parent and you realize you have to grow up because your younger self is starting to feel like it's a different human being.
Yeah.
In fairness, when you guys came in that time and we talked about her being a stripper.
You guys feel really guilty about this.
We kid you not. We reference this. It actually redirected the trajectory of the show because we said, we got to check up on these people.
Here's why. Because Juno was such a great piece of work. And I think afterwards we're like, holy crap, we missed the boat on talking to her about her writing ability because Juno turned out to be so good. So it did serve as a lesson in
how odd that a woman came on a show and she was objectified for her beauty and her history and never talked about her talent. What an odd moment.
We've gotten better. We've gotten better, though.
So we hadn't seen her talent.
Yes.
And I suppose, Jason, that you probably dealt with this a lot of your life as well because you come from Hollywood royalty and people.
Because of my stripping background.
You were a stripper.
Yeah, and
you did that skating act.
You did burlesque for like 5 or 6 years. No, because you have a reputation because you're a family, and you've had to prove in yourself. On your own merits, and has that been difficult for you?
My obituary will either begin, director of Juno died today, or son of director of Ghostbusters died today.
And about, you okay? All right, 35 minutes or so? You good?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I don't have to do the Heimlich on you. Wow, that sucks. Did you swallow spit down the wrong...
No, I mean, I'm eating oatmeal, and I took a bite like friggin' 2 minutes ago, and I guess there was like a piece of oatmeal stuck in my teeth somewhere.
Do you want me to do the Graftenberg on you?
Can you give me a tracheotomy, please?
Yeah. I'll give you...
Trach first.
Wait a minute.
The G spot, yeah.
That's the G and G spot.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that. Learn stuff.
It is Dr. Grafenberg.
Really?
Yes, I kid
That's
you
what
not.
the G spot is.
It's named after a doctor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You kidding me? Most definitely. All right, anyhow.
Lord Cunnilingus is another.
Oh, Jesus. Lord?
Cunnilingus, yes, in the...
Lord Cunnilingus.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Colonel Lingus.
No, it's not. It's not a military title.
It's Colonel Angus.
Colonel Angus.
That SNL bit, if you've never seen it, we should put that up, Nick.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So, it's a G spot, also called the Grafenberg spot. And let me see. It doesn't. Ernst Grafenberg.
Yeah.
His name. Ernst.
I guess
Him and his stupid spots. You'll see. You'll see.
One day.
I'll change the world of sex forever. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You funny boy.
All right, anyhow. We
With
have,
your stupid spots.
what I was saying was you have $1,000 to give away, and that is with the birthday bucks, and that's coming up around 8 o'clock. You good?
I'm good.
All right, high five, brother. Right
High
five. Nice.
Did you say A5? What are you, an octopus?
I thought
said, hey, five.
Oh, I thought that was a line from a movie or something.
No.
Hey, five, everybody.
Hey, five.
The oatmeal has caused oxygen deprivation to the brain.
Good Lord.
Wow, what it actually, I did that for a reason. It's National High Five Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's National A5 Day.
No, hey, five.
Oh, hey, five.
Yeah, hey,
By
five.
the way, so my kids do this thing now where if you see a Mustang, you get the high five. It's it's like
What?
the nice version.
If you
of
see a
Punch
wild
Buggy.
horse,
No.
Oh, it's a nice version of Punch Buggy. Okay. All right.
Mustang,
high five. Are you a high fiving kind of guy?
Hold on a minute here. Punch Buggy it's one person noticing it before the other.
Yes.
But if you do a high five, that's a collaborative.
Yeah, so it's like a nice thing to do. By the way, we do
But then
Punch
nobody-
Buggy.
Wait a second.
Nobody wins in that.
Let this Mustang thing breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, you're exactly right, Preston. That is not the same family.
No. When any of us were doing our broadcasting from home, that would have a little desk and a little setup and some things around. Casey's literally laying on his couch.
I think I saw maybe his sack a little bit when he was like lounging back.
Did your sack make an appearance, Casey?
No, not like out, but his legs were open like right up to the camera.
Maybe, I don't know. My neck really hurts. So like sitting up is
difficult,
uncomfortable for me.
Can you lay back like you were
my neck's
before?
been bothering me.
I want to draw you like one of my
this-
French girls.
This way.
Well, we had a
I was
side
really like
a side recline, which is the way he is now.
And put your arm up over your Kate Winslet did in Titanic.
Yeah, kind of up over your head, if you would, Casey. Your left arm. Put your left arm up over your head. There you go. That's it.
Boy, it's so
That's
serious.
hot.
This is it.
Can we see a nipple?
Yeah.
Is there a chance?
Let's play some Celine Dion.
Okay, we're gonna see a nipple.
He said, "Of course you can."
There, Marissa. That's a better shot. You got to get a picture of that.
I put the radio before the social media for once.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyhow, it's a different kind of take. But listen, we didn't have equipment to send to him.
No.
Casey's just doing this on his app.
It's actually working quite well, I think.
On his phone.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Speaking of nipples, speaking of nipples, I got this email I'd like to read real quick. It was from Matt Keller. He says, "Hey, thank you so much for the nipple talk yesterday. I was bringing my 18-year-old daughter up to Penn State from Downingtown for orientation while listening when you began your noticing segment. After a minute, thinking it would pass quickly, my daughter put her AirPods in very nonchalantly, and there was silence in the car for a good 40 minutes. It was a small step back in our relationship, but I think we'll overcome it. Rock on." That's from Matt. So, yeah, we had a lengthy nipple conversation.
We had to.
Yeah, we had to.
It was breaking news.
It was. So, anyhow, it's our pleasure, man. All right, it's time. Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. do the bizarre file. Let's do it.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Any sponsors, Marissa? Sorry, we're good to go. All right, let's begin. We're going to start with this. An extended silence from the flight deck on board an ITA Airways Airbus A330 flight from to Rome suggests that both on-duty pilots took a little nap on board. The incident occurred on May 1st, and it was operating from New York to Rome. While mostly uneventful, a strange period of silence in the cockpit occurred for roughly 10 minutes towards the end of the flight.
Wait, so there were two pilots up there?
Yeah. As the plane... as the plane flew at 38,000 feet over France. The first officer was approved to sleep under a procedure known as a controlled rest, defined as a short sleep opportunity that serves as a mitigation strategy in case of unexpected fatigue during the flight.
But both are not supposed to.
Yeah, however, the captain was not approved to sleep. As French
You want to go CP?
As French authorities prepared to dispatch a pair of fighter jets to intercept the A330 and ensure that there was no trouble on board, the pilots woke up. The aircraft proceeded without further incident to Rome and safely landed at Rome. Italian media further reports that the captain was removed from service after the incident, but has maintained his innocence, denying that he took a nap and blaming the problem on the radio communication system.
Not that I would ever want that to happen. I would want my pilot to be awake the whole time, but those planes can pretty much fly themselves.
They can, yeah.
And in fact, it says here that they noted the aircraft was on autopilot during the flight snooze, and there was no likely or imminent danger posed to passengers, but they should still...
No more warm milk in the cockpit.
One of them needs to stay awake. What's that case?
How comfortable are those chairs, though? I mean, like your regular passenger chairs, not super comfortable. What are the pilot's chairs like?
They're pretty comfortable, but they should probably use as like folding, like uncomfortable folding, like poker chairs or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know, but they are they can nap, so they find a way to do it. This is pretty wild. A guy named Stephen Gallagher from Scotland has an autoimmune disease that prevented him from moving his hands.
Oh, my God.
His scleroderma.
Oh, that's what killed Bob Saget's sister.
That's right. Caused tremendous pain until a procedure changed his life. After finding a donor, Gallagher underwent a 12-hour surgery to replace both of his hands. He remained in the hospital for a month after the procedure, and Gallagher says that his hands are functioning better. He's able to open the faucet and pet his dog, and he no longer has pain.
So a quick question, I don't know how much you know about this story, is scleroderma is all over the body, or usually affects the whole body, all the skin. Was this just localized to his hands?
I don't know. And maybe there are different...
types of it?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, Steve, but apparently it was enough that he was in constant pain, and they were able to, to completely remove his hands and put new ones on there.
It basically hardens up the skin.
Yeah, turned to stone.
Yeah.
On November 6th of last year, staff at a pachinko parlor in Japan, which is a gaming parlor, came across an abandoned cardboard box in the facility's multi-story parking garage, and inside the box was a collection of 27 plastic bottles ranging from 17 ounces to 16 ounces, and they contained a grand total of 13 liters of pee.
Wow, man, that's a great collection.
And either really involved or really low priority investigation was launched, and police managed to track down the producer of the pee using surveillance cameras, and they finally found the man and arrested him on charges of violating the waste management law.
You found my piss bottles, didn't you?
According to police, the man said, "It was a bother going to the toilet, so I saved it. But I had trouble disposing of it.
Don't look in the hat boxes.
So I threw it away at my favorite pachinko parlor." Readers of the news,
come on,
were naturally amused by the absurdity of it, with some comments suggesting the suspect may have been what do they call a bottler. This is a Japanese term for a person who gets so engrossed in an online game that they can't tear themselves away long enough to use the bathroom, and the name really says it all.
That's horrifying.
Probably the only way to deter this behavior is to remind everyone that police in Japan do not take waste abandonment lightly, whether it's pee in plastic bottles or poop in bento boxes.
Oh, my God.
They will find you. Police say they arrested a driver who was 3.5 times the legal alcohol limit after at least 5 people called 911. Witnesses reported seeing an SUV hit the median of an expressway They said that the crash caused a flat tire and the car to smoke, but the driver kept going. Another caller said the driver was all over the road.
I'm good.
And missing a front tire. Now, they say he eventually stopped at a car dealership. He appeared super drunk. Employees told police that the driver, 30-year-old Jordan Mattingly, was trying to sell his SUV to the car lot. And by the way, this has a punchline at the end, okay? Police say that he had swelling and scratches as if he had just been in a crash.
And he goes and tries to sell it back to the dealership?
Not back to him, just to sell it to a dealership. So he's trying to unload it because he just had an accident in it. They say Mattingly smelled of alcohol and almost fell several times. Officers say he tested .291 on the breath test, which is an obscene amount. Police say inside his SUV they found 4 Loco cans and a can of White Claw. Mattingly is facing several charges. He is the son of the manager of the Miami Marlins and former professional baseball player Don Mattingly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
But he was so hammered and got in an accident that he pulled over at a lot and tried to sell it while he's bombed out of his
And
mind.
let's tell you, I'm going to give you a real good price.
Wow. All right, and then finally, proving again that Florida man plus Speedo equals trouble. A 64-year-old retiree was arrested Tuesday for allegedly exposing himself to a female beachgoer. Investigators say Charles Hickson was busted Tuesday afternoon for indecent exposure following an incident at Sunset Beach.
God, it's a lovely day. This is my penis.
Hickson was in the water about knee-deep wearing a Speedo when he pulled down the front of his swimsuit and exposed his penis. Hickson was allegedly, quote, holding it in his hand while staring and grinning at the 28-year-old victim who was on the beach. Now, listen to this, okay?
Was it Don Mattingly himself?
No, listen to this. The woman and Hickson had both made eye contact, and the victim described his penis as being large, like 8 inches long. And it was reported a similar color in body, similar in color to his body, which was tanned.
Wow.
So this guy's got a big hog, and he apparently gets it out in the sun quite a bit because it was the same as his tanned body. A witness told police
I tanned it for you.
that they saw Hickson with his hands at his crotch, but did not see him expose himself. When questioned by the police, Hickson denied anything happened and stated that he did not intentionally expose himself to anyone.
Was it possible that it was spawning time?
He was charged with exposure of sexual organs.
Jeez.
And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you now. All right, we've asked for people to text in as a secret text word. Prize is available. And Kathy, we need a number caller, please.
12.
All right, let's take 12 caller, 215-263-WMMR. Let's get you on board, see if we can get you that prize, and we'll grab a random texter while we're at it as well. When we return, we also have the lesson question, the trash, and the music news. So make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back.
You guys ever heard of Skittle?
Only through you.
Okay.
What is it again?
Yellow car. You get to punch somebody.
No, I've done pediddle, which is one headlight.
Mm-hmm. And pedaddle.
What's that?
I pleasured myself while driving.
That's
totally different.
Is that a different thing?
Yeah, but it's a thing.
Yeah, I saw you go.
It's definitely.
You gave me a punch buggy in Clearwater. We were leaving. We were driving out of the stadium and saw one as we were driving back to Clearwater Beach. Yeah. And that was the first time I'd received a punch buggy in 20 years.
Oh, 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, I did it because, and I think I told you, I go, my kids always get me first, so I finally get to do it.
I was impressed by your ability.
What you do is drive them over to a VW dealership.
Oh my God!
Beat the F out of
Just
them.
beat the living piss.
Daddy!
You can throw elbows when you're in a dealership. It's believed to go back to the 1970s and was probably a variation on the low five, which I said, which has been around since World War II. However, there are 2 popular stories which try to explain the origin of the high five. The first story states the first high five occurred at Dodger Stadium on October 2nd, 1977, between Glenn Burke and Dusty Baker on the last day of the regular season. The high five was in response to a home run hit by Baker off of Houston Astros pitcher J.R. Richard. So that's one story.
Yes. You know, it's funny, though. How would you know that? How would you know that at some other event or some other sign of exaltation, somebody just didn't put up their hand and go, you know.
Well, this is at a stadium in front of a lot of people, and nobody had really seen that type of thing before, so somebody made note of it.
What did we just see, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah. The second story places the origin of the high five at a University of Louisville Cardinals basketball practice in 1978. Willie Brown was going to give his teammate Derek Smith a low five, but the two decided to give each other a high five instead. And after that, the team took it over and began giving each other high fives after each celebration.
And yet, though, there's enough evidence to suggest that it was actually discovered at the Institute of Hand Gestures in Massachusetts.
I didn't even think of that.
1957.
But some sports teams will take on their own celebration thing. I know who used to do the forearm bump? Was that the Yankees?
Yeah, they did it for a stretch. I watched the national championship game between Villanova and Michigan. And there was a guy who was not a starter from Michigan as the teams were doing warm-up. And this guy was in charge of high fives and slaps with all of the starting players. So they're announcing the starting players.
Oh, okay.
And they each come out. And then there's one guy standing near the basket. And he was the guy in charge of, all right, I'm going to do this routine with this guy and this routine with this guy. And it took coordination as a little bit of a choreography.
Do you have any special...
I do. Whenever I will do a high five somebody, it depends on them. If it's like a girl, it might be, hey, high five.
Yeah.
Hey, smack hands like that.
Yeah.
But if it's a friend, Casey, stand up.
All right. Oh, I'm a friend.
It's a three-parter that I always do, and it's like this.
Boom.
Mouth butt.
It's a lot.
It's like super white.
Actually, it's more like this. Super white.
Super. Yeah, because like we like didn't.
Terry, come here. Terry's black. Come over here. No, I have more soul than that. I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
Terry's just
Terry's
white
black,
as
the
us.
bro shake, and then
Yeah.
Oh, man.
snap. All right. You got to do
Hey,
this.
wait. He just did it again. Watch. You missed it. Turn around. Terry, do it. Watch pros do this.
Yeah.
There.
You got to do the snap at the end.
Casey still thinks it's all right.
I think you just took a step down in the friendship department.
Wow.
No.
Terry's now Preston's
Terry's
best
in.
friend. Oh, guess who's going to Florida to play golf this year?
Terry already
You better
booked
brush up on your game, Terry.
Do you know Tiger Woods? A Florida man was arrested yesterday after allegedly striking his boyfriend in the head with a big mouth billy bass.
A big
The novelty singing fish. Officers were called to a residence in connection with a reported domestic battery. Upon arriving at the home, cops found Larry Timmerman with a laceration on his head. An injury the victim said was caused by a big mouth billy bass thrown by Gregory Carney. In interviews, cops determined that the men have been domestic partners for 17 years and they had been quarreling earlier in the day.
I was originally attracted to him because of his big mouth Billy Bass.
At one point, Carney went into the den and began playing with his singing fish.
I'm going to go play with my fish.
Timmerman said that Carney continued doing this to, quote, just to aggravate him.
Just run away. Go run to your fish.
After having to endure several big mouth billy bass performances,
Well, I'm going to get my Billy Bob teeth.
Timmerman removed the singing fish from the room and placed it in the trash. When Carney discovered the novelty item was missing from the den, he asked Timmerman on his whereabouts.
Where's my fish?
When Timmerman responded that Billy Bass
Where is my fish? How do you get that high? Where is my fish? It was right here.
When Timmerman responded that Billy Bass was...
You can see the silhouette. It was right there.
Can you do that with the reverb on? When Timmerman responded...
You are such a bitch.
that Billy Bass was now in the trash, Carney became angry. Carney then fished the singing fish from the garbage and threw it at his boyfriend.
Wait, where's that singing coming from?
The item struck Timmerman in the head, causing a laceration. Carney admitted throwing the singing fish, but said that I did not aim for Larry and struck him in the head on
He
accident.
was aiming for Shemp.
Carney was subsequently arrested for domestic battery. Timmerman declined medical treatment for his injury.
Man, you don't want police responding to any domestic situation, but when it's one involving a big mouth Billy Bass,
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You would have been, yeah. I think you would have had a story to tell after
it's a
that
story. Sherry's Berries are of that ilk.
I just
They
want
are
to give
excellent.
them some more free advertising because they have this amazing salsa and guacamole dip.
I don't even want to talk about that. You just made a mess in my mouth. I know I just said
You
that.
just made a mess in my mouth. How am I going to explain it to my mother? I told you he would do that. He's a football player. Did he give you that line about the big game?
Damn it.
He made a mess in your mouth, didn't he?
Oh, start the countdown clock for when that is isolated and repeated many
already
times.
working on it.
I know she is.
It's like goo. Goo.
Goo.
Did he leave goo in your mouth?
Go back to the strawberries. I want to talk about the strawberries.
Yeah, because now he messed it all up with salsa and guacamole.
Yeah,
I'm
skip that.
thinking
Let's go back to
Sweet and savory. The deep fried brownie is glorious.
But she's just saying chocolate covered things.
In general,
like trying to do it yourself.
it's hard because you have to know what's going to be the right consistency.
Kathy, you end up on Pinterest with nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what is this, guys?
I just hit the button.
Oh, Jesus. You just made a mess in my mouth.
I'm going to need that over here.
I know you are. I know you are. That'll go next.
It was the day I would never forget.
That'll go next with the ball sacks are yummy. Right?
Ball sacks are yummy.
You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. I can't do the stutter thing.
Well, you might be able to.
Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are ball sack. You just made a mess. You just made a mess in my mouth. Ball sacks are yummy. You just made a mess in my mouth.
It's like Max
sacks are yummy. Do it slowly.
Oh,
It's
okay.
even sexier.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh, wait.
You just made a mess in my mouth.
Ball sacks are yummy.
You just made a mess in my mouth.
Okay.
Sounds a little Mandy-ish.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, dear Lord. What were we talking about?
You just made a mess in my mouth.
No, it's
Hi, my name is Mandy, and you just made a mess in my mouth.
Hey, director Jennifer Lee hinted that Elsa may get a girlfriend in Frozen 2.
What?
Yeah, she said...
That's why it's called Frozen 2 Cold Cooter.
She said, where we're going with it, we have tons of conversations about it, and we're really conscientious about these things.
Listen, I can help warm that thing up.
She said
You let cold cooter go.
She said the sequel is expected in 2019.
I consider that a personal achievement that Kathy likes cold cooter.
The shocking part is that you didn't.
I was still laughing, and Preston just kept going. Like, nobody really said anything
for
about
Kathy
that.
Romano to enjoy cold cooter, I think I'm just going to sit out the rest of the show.
It's inventive.
Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel have signed on to reprise the roles of Anna and Elsa in Frozen 2. So.
They always say this stuff, but they never follow it. This is the Spider-Man where he's going to be gay.
Yeah.
But they never do it.
There's a show, I forget the name of it, but Jace is watching it, and one of the kids in the show has dads. And two dads, and
It's a Disney show, isn't it?
I can't remember. It's
Disney,
a cartoon. I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
Crazy Family or like Loud Family or something like that. And
we watched a show called My Two Dads.
Yeah.
But I was just surprised. He just watches it. Like he didn't. It was just normal. Like this one kid has two dads. This other kid has a mom and a dad, and it was just.
Mommy, did you hear Elsa's a lesbian?
Yeah, that'll be next.
Just totally the other way. It has no sense of it. It's totally fine. Elsa's lesbian?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
It's on Nickelodeon.
The Loud House?
Yes, that's
there
it.
you
That's
go.
it.
Okay, yeah. No kidding.
We're gay!
I've not
and
seen it.
loud!
And they're pretty. One of the dads is pretty feminine, and they one of the episodes, or at least the one that I watched, they go on a skiing trip, and the dads are very overprotective and nervous that the kids are going to get hurt. And
Wow,
interesting.
The voice of one of them is Wayne Brady, and then the voice of the other is Michael McDonald, the singer.
I'm in love with the dude. I turn around and he goes to town on me. It feels so good.
That's not what they do in the show.
Is it
They call it the Hershey Highway.
Are you sure it's the Michael McDonald?
Nope.
Okay.
I got distracted by the singing.
Sweet freedom. We're just two dudes and we're getting it on.
Penis by penis
by penis
by penis.
I'm working my way through. Obviously, we're approaching it with sensitivity.
Of course we are.
And compassion.
See,
I think it's cool.
We are a progressive show, obviously, not even remotely having fun.
Very different Michael McDonald.
right,
Oh, it's the one from
I know that guy.
Mad TV. There was an actor, Steve, you'd recognize
He's
this guy.
excellent. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and he plays the other gay dad.
It's not the one from
the Doobies.
The Doobie Brothers. Though I've dabbled occasionally, now and then, I like some dudes.
I like your Michael McDonald,
Thank you.
Steve.
I'm a fan of man junk, like it on my head. They call it what they call it? A Roman helmet.
Michael McDonald isn't singing this song.
Oh, God
This
damn
is
it.
Tom Johnston.
That's Tom Johnston. There you go. That's
Thank
it.
you very much.
That's Michael McDonald.
You don't know me, cause I'm your all the lyrics sound like the others.
So it's called, what's it called, Loud House?
Well, that's
Yeah,
Michael
yes.
McDonald, right? Not, and this is Michael McDonald.
You might
or
be
are
right.
they both? Mick.
They're both McDonald.
Both Mick.
Oh,
M-C-D-O-N-A-L.
He had a hair, with a
I don't know what animal you just said.
don't know.
I don't know what
Neither do
noise. I don't know what noise to make.
and the hair goes.
That's an excellent
Yeah.
weekend in store for you. Make
We
your
like it.
plans now and get out there and enjoy that stuff. All right, we are going to see if we can get a winner. We were looking for the 12th caller for secret text word, and caller number 12 happens to be Leslie. So let's go to Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks to you, Leslie. Do you happen to know our secret text word?
I do. It is Casey Boy.
Casey Boy. That is correct. Hang on, let me play a different song there. All right, Leslie, you got it right. I want you to hang on the line. We are going to give you a pair of tickets for the June 7th performance of Freestyle Love Supreme. That's at the Miller Theater, formerly the Miriam Theater, and the show runs through June 7th, or from June 7th to June 12th. Tickets at KimmelCulturalCampus.org. And we got a random winner, too, and that is Sarah Beth Miller of Newark, Delaware. And we will set you up with the exact same thing. So you're going to see Freestyle Love Supreme at the Miller Theater.
Apparently, that show is a Lin-Manuel Miranda production.
Yeah, you know what?
correct?
Somebody was texting in about that.
Yes.
That group was like his former troupe or something along those
well, there
lines.
you go.
So yeah, so
It's gotta be good.
It's got to be fantastic. Agreed. All right, today's lesson question. We are going to give away a pair of tickets as MMR rocks Coldplay, and this will be June 8th at Lincoln Financial Field. And the question that we're going to... All right, let's see if you can do the best you can to, according to Pitchuation, what was Johnny Carson's catchphrase? All right, 215-263, WMMR. If you get it in the ballpark, we'll set you up. All right, so... According to Pitchuation, what was Johnny Carson's catchphrase? While he's doing Johnny's impression, which is spot on, by the way.
It was uncanny.
Let's see if you know the answer. 215-263-WMMR. We'll do the trash while you call in.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, I'll do my best with the sound effects, Steve. All right, what's up in the trash this morning?
Well, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's daughter, Simone Johnson, has chosen her professional wrestling name, and it is Ava Rain. Simone admits that her dad gave a hard no to her first choice, Rock China.
Hey!
Milo Ventimiglia, revealing that he had only 2 regrets playing Jack Pearson on This Is Us, saying one of them was not getting a lot of chances to act with Sterling K. Brown. Ventimiglia says the second regret is that producers refused his request to make his character a talking burro.
Oh,
smack him. You're doing a good job. And
I don't know where these all are.
Kendall Jenner met up with dad Caitlyn Jenner at Lucky's Restaurant on Saturday in Malibu, California. Kendall reportedly picked at a Cobb salad, while Caitlyn put away a 72-ounce porterhouse steak, a jumbo shrimp cocktail, 2 baked potatoes, ambrosia salad, a basket of rolls, a full pot of black coffee, and half a carrot cake.
Hey!
And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. We'll see if someone knows
Just a half a carrot cake.
the answer to the lesson question. So, according to the Pitchuation, what was Johnny Carson's catchphrase? 215-263 WMMR is the number. Oh, this is going to be a tough one.
No, well, yeah.
I'll go to Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch. All right, Brandon, what was...
not the phrase.
According to the situation, what was Johnny Carson's catchphrase?
I'm probably gonna mess this up, but stick it in you, bitch.
No, I don't remember "stick it in you, bitch." So
No, you're thinking of
but thank you.
Marissa's catchphrase.
Yeah. Let me go to. Let's try Pam. See if she knows. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. All right. According to the situation, what was Johnny Carson's catchphrase?
It's a little tight in here.
It's a little tight in here. Yes, that's correct. Ding, ding, ding. Yay, yay, yay. Hang on the line, Pam. We're going to set you up. Thank you.
Beach sound effects.
Yeah. Casey does a lot, doesn't he, Marissa?
Oh, I haven't sang that all.
It's a little tight in here.
We are going to give Pam, let's see, tickets to see Coldplay, Music of the Spheres World Tour, June 8th at Lincoln Financial Field. Some tickets remain via Ticketmaster, and complete details available at WMMR.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Music news brought to you today by Garden State Home Loans. Now is still a great time to cash out and refinance your mortgage. Interest rates are still relatively low. You can visit gardenstateloans.com for a quote. And NMLS 473163, Equal Housing Lender, New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance. So let's start with this. Bad Wolves have announced the addition of guitarist Max Karen. Max joined the band as the replacement for Chris Kane, who had exited the band earlier this year.
I had heard he was a good wolf.
Maybe he's going to turn into a bad one.
All right.
The band wrote via social media, "It's with great excitement that we announce our new permanent guitar player, Max Karen." The funny thing is that Max isn't new to us. He started the band with founder John Becklin in 2014, was a major writer and player on all 3 Bad Wolves albums. The band continued saying, being a key ingredient, the Bad Wolves sound, this was a no-brainer decision. There is no other person on this earth that would be a better fit for Bad Wolves than Max. The late Eddie Van Halen is the latest rock legend to have their death examined by the Reels Network. It's called Autopsy, by the way. Autopsy, the last hours of Eddie Van Halen, will premiere on Sunday, June 5th at 8 p.m.
I've watched a few of these Reels rock docs, sort of with these under this banner. They're not as exploitative as you would imagine.
I haven't seen the autopsy ones, but I've seen ones where they talk about, in fact, I saw one about Van Halen, and I thought it was going to be archival footage of Van Halen and stuff like that. It's like reenactors.
Oh, yeah.
Pretending to be the band, or at least the ones that I have seen. Like I said, I haven't seen these autopsy things before, but we'll see how they handle it. According to the Eddie, died last year at 2020 after battling throat cancer. And according to the show's official description, he was a workaholic, often pushing his body to the limits in order to perform while secretly battling illness. But if caught early, Eddie's disease had reasonable survival rates. So what exactly happened? Now renowned forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Hunter will analyze every detail of his life in order to piece together what else may have been going on in his body, ultimately leading to his untimely death.
Well, maybe they're going in a different direction with this stuff. I don't know if that's something that needs to be explored.
Yeah,
What are you going to fix it?
Right, exactly.
You going to bring it back?
Yeah.
That was Dr. Michael Hunt?
Yes.
Michael Hunter.
Oh,
yeah. It was close.
Yeah.
Jimmy Eat World plans to launch the Something Loud Tour this fall. Things are set to kick off in Cleveland on September 8th. That's loud. And they'll work up the East Coast via Richmond, Virginia, New York, New Haven, Connecticut, and others. I have not seen the dates and whether or not they include Philadelphia. Nick is looking that up now.
They will be at that festival down in Ocean City, Maryland.
Which looks pretty good,
Alanis
right?
Morissette, the Wet
Dave
Sprocket,
Matthews.
Dave Matthews,
And Robert
OAR.
Irvine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickets for the general public go on sale Friday, by the way.
Will Robert Irvine be playing the grand piano?
I hope so. And then finally, Robert Plant and Allison Krauss kick off their 2022 tour dates tonight in New York. The duo is on the road in support of their second joint album, Raise the Roof, and the set was released last November and topped Billboard's independent albums chart, number 3 of the magazine's top country albums list, and reached number 7 on the Billboard 200. They will be here on June 12th. They're going to be playing the TD Pavilion at the Man.
I've heard it's a great show.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really.
She's pretty awesome.
I haven't delved into his country stuff, but he's a big fan of it, And this is a passion project for him. All right, and that's it. That's all I have in music news for you, gang. We're going to be wrapping up the program when we return, and I believe Pierre Robert is scheduled to return today.
That's the rumor.
Now, he's probably traveling, so you never know what's going to happen.
Well, I was out in the lobby, and I saw that they had the red carpet out in front of the building.
Beautiful.
So they're prepared.
Paparazzi should be arriving shortly. Yeah. All right, we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Yeah, there you go.
And you were just singing "Oh McDonald" gives me a reason to play this.
Yeah. That was me from 2 days ago. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay.
All right.
Jeff Franklin, the creator.
You don't get news like this anywhere else.
And showrunner for Fuller House and the creator of the original Full House has been fired from Warner Brothers.
Why?
What happened?
And
what happened to the intelligent man who created Fuller House?
I don't know why you're still here.
Don't even question.
I heard it was breakfast.
There was another time, and I got really pissed off at this one too. A buddy and I went into a bar that had pool tables, and we just wanted to shoot some pool. We weren't there exclusively to do it. But hey, pool tables.
Let's do it.
Let's shoot a game of pool. So we go over to play pool. Nobody's playing at the table, and we go to play, and there's a couple sitting at the bar. They're like, "No, the table's ours." I'm like, "There's nobody playing here."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, our quarters are on the table. I'm like, yeah, but you're not playing pool.
No. Quarters indicate next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my buddy and I'm like, yeah, we want to play against each other. No, you got to play us.
No.
And see, so it was their ownership of the table because they currently were the winners of, and so I tried to tell the bartender this, and the bartender's like, no, they're right.
No, you own the table if you stay at the table
and keep playing.
Yes, and then you can put the quarters out to indicate who's going to challenge the winner.
But maybe they were looking for somebody to play. They had their quarters there.
They left.
I didn't want to play with them. I wanted to play with my buddy, and we weren't interested in playing.
You're not doing a tournament.
Because we just wanted to play a friendly game amongst ourselves as opposed to these two a-holes, which of course they were great playing. They were great at pool, and they ended up beating us. But I was just like,
I don't want to play against you.
Does anybody understand the issue here? They weren't playing pool. They were sitting at the bar, which was empty, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, what is this? This is what you do.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are a bunch of dicks.
This is what you do.
You should have done the thing that
this is your thing
that the Joker does in The Dark Knight and break it in half. And
I know we're having tryouts.
I think I have a good idea.
Ask me how I got these scars. My wife was always sad. I just wanted her to smile.
There are times when I wish I didn't care about getting arrested. You know what I mean? Just snap the cue and go.
So the question you have to ask yourself is it worth letting me and my friend play pool?
You're right.
What about this?
Or do you want this cue rammed through your optic nerve?
Steve, that is going to be my go-to from now on. When I have that confrontation moment, I'm going to think about that and maybe pull a joke.
Sure, why not?
Is it the scars?
Scars.
Are they bothering you?
Just wanted her to smile.
I love it. But some people did have to make a night of it on Friday. And one of the stories that we didn't get a chance to hear was from our intern, Christy, because she was up at the Cardboard Classic with us and made a break for it on Friday after the Cardboard Classic. And we heard, now I've already heard the story, but I'll let her tell you guys.
I haven't, yeah.
That she ended up having to stay with a stranger, that a stranger took her in, is what I heard.
Right.
So I started asking her about it. I'm like, we should hear this story on the air. So, Christy, you left. Did you leave right after the sledding was done and try to head home?
Yeah, I left there was like 2 sleds to go, so we just headed out trying to get out of there. And
yeah,
what time? Yeah. What time would you say? Because when I left, I went up to the bar after and hung out for a little bit. After around 1 o'clock. You had to leave around
12, 15?
15? 15.
Yeah, okay.
Probably that,
okay.
Yeah. So I got back to the hotel, checked out, started my car, went to the bathroom, all that stuff. And then So I started to leave, and right as I'm leaving, a fire truck must have like exploded or something.
Exploded?
Onto the road. It just tipped over. Someone said that they were going like 90 miles an hour down the road, and there was no. They weren't clear.
You don't exaggerate much, do you? It went from exploded to tipped over to 90 miles an hour.
No, someone did say it was 90 miles
It was
an hour.
okay.
down the road.
Not even the most finely tuned vehicle could travel down that road at 90
Well, it was
miles.
traveling at 9 miles an hour because it had exploded and it was flying forward, Preston.
Got it. Okay, so anyhow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So there was no getting down the road essentially.
So there was an atomic bomb blast.
Yes.
So you're looking to get out on the road and get home. Where do you live, by the way, here?
I live in South Jersey.
South Jersey, okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and
just
what
right over the
road
bridge.
is this, by the way? Is this like, did you get out of?
I got out of the resort, and right in front of me, like I was the next car to go, a police officer started putting flares up and everything.
Casey,
so.
whatever that road is that goes to the resort.
940.
940. All right, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow.
So they were redirecting traffic up this hill. It was like the steepest hill I'd ever seen in my life.
There are a lot of them there, yeah.
And trying to drive up, I make it maybe halfway up, and I start rolling backwards. And I don't know what to do. I've never driven in these conditions before. So I'm just sitting there. These people come up to me and said, we'll push you up the hill. We don't really know what we're doing, but we'll push you up the hill. So I'm like, all right, you know better than me. And then this woman comes out of like the thicket. And
she just comes walking out of the
woods.
It appeared to me that she was coming out. It appeared that she was coming out of the woods. She, I did learn that she had parked her car up there, and she lived on this really steep hill. It was like a development of houses, and she says, "Can I get into your car and I'll help you?" And she helps me, and she can't get my car up the hill. So
she gets behind the wheel.
She gets behind the wheel.
Because she's done this before. We assume because she lives next to this stinking hill.
Yes.
Okay.
So she knows what she's doing, but my car's an old person car, so we're not going to get up the hill. So she decides to reverse down the hill, and as she's doing that, I kind of, I'm really grateful for her, and I'm thankful that she helped me. But I kind of start to realize that she reeks of alcohol.
Oh boy.
So
seriously?
Man.
Yeah. So I was like,
And it's noon.
all right, well, like the cardboard class is going on. Maybe she was like, there, and maybe she was not there.
But she was thirsty, right?
She was thirsty, and she goes, "Is this your coffee or mine?" And I said, "That's mine." And she just proceeded to drink it anyway.
She just picked up a coffee and started drinking it.
Okay, I didn't know that this is where the story was going.
Okay.
Yes. So
At any point did she call you a dirty bird?
no, we didn't
Dude,
get
that's
there.
what I thought immediately. Misery. All right, go ahead.
Seriously.
Well, I need to jump.
What's your name, Annie?
Was this right near the lake by any chance?
It might have been
right near like Split Rock. There's another lodge.
yeah, it was right near the lodge.
Okay,
I was
so
about a minute walk from there.
I know this hill. Nick, this is the hill that you and I went down.
Yeah, that's where the fire truck
that
was.
we had to
Yeah.
traverse.
That had exploded earlier.
Down.
Yeah, going 90 miles an hour.
It was scary going down the hill, not even going up the hill. That's okay. So I know exactly.
but you
where this
potentially
is.
have you have someone who's potentially drunk sitting at the wheel of your car trying to. But you're thankful
Drinking her
for it.
I'm thankful
Drinking your
for
coffee.
her.
Yeah.
Yes, and
At least she offered to help.
I let her have the coffee, obviously, and but she was helping me. I didn't know what else to do. And
nice.
She gets my car down the hill,
You have any birth control?
and then we end up in a ditch on like the side because the sides of the hill are like divoted down.
Right. Yeah.
So we end up on the side of the hill. Someone pushes my car out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not driving anymore. I'm gonna end up in a ditch somewhere else alone. So she invites me back to her house.
Let me ask you this. Hang on real quick. Did it end up in the ditch with her behind the wheel?
It did.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
That's when I was like, all right, she needs to get up.
Here,
out
let me
from
help you.
behind
I'm
the
going to
wheel.
run you into a ditch.
Yep.
So I go back to her house with her, and
So you guys had to walk there. You
Yeah.
had to walk to her house. You had to go through the thicket again.
How far?
Okay.
She just lived at the top of the hill, so we were
Okay.
able to walk. It was like less than a minute walk.
Okay.
And we get into her house, and things start getting weird. She starts telling me her boyfriend doesn't believe her, that she couldn't leave to come see him, so she makes me call him and tell him that I had been lost and I needed help, so that's why she can't go see him.
Oh,
and there's all these snow conditions.
How old is she? About?
She had to have been maybe late 40s, 50s, some,
Yeah, an
not
adult
like a
grown
okay,
woman.
teenage
Yeah.
grown woman. Yeah,
My
like,
boyfriend. Do me a favor, sweetie.
so I'm like, all right, I'm thankful that she got me away from
He
the
and his
pill, but I
friends
need to get
essentially play classic and current game show games live. It's a stream. And they do it for 24 hours and they raise money. And they're doing the fundraising for a really cool organization called Child's Play. And what they do, they take the donations and then for hospitals, kids that are in various, reasons that they are staying in hospitals, they'll buy them games, video games, board games, even VR games and things like that to give them a break. And that's, when you're holed up at the hospital, that's all you can do to entertain yourself sometimes is engage in some games or something like that just to pass the time and take your mind away from things for a little bit. So it's a really cool organization. They raised $7,500 last time they did it. And there, Steve put the stamp of 10 grand on there.
I'm putting 10 grand on it.
So let's see if that can happen. But you can go to gameshowmarathon.com. And Rich has got a great heart, so and he's a really funny guy, so it was cool to have him by this
It was
morning.
great to see him.
Yep. And besides that, we just need to do the letter of the day. So, Case, are you qualified? Do you know what the first letter was yesterday?
I don't, but I'll figure it out.
All right, hold on. Marissa is doing, I know what you're using American Sign Language.
Yes.
Yes, this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
I didn't now the daily
You didn't
letter.
see it? All right, the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
L, as in lover boy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, you were trying to tell him what yesterday's letter was?
Yes.
Don't do L.
Oh.
Do not do L. All right.
Okay.
It's this, by the way.
Yesterday's letter was L. Yesterday's letter was L.
What does this mean?
Then,
No, not yesterday's letter was. Yesterday's letter was not L, but L will definitely not go with yesterday's letter. Pick a vowel.
all right. Do you need a vowel? Okay. How about A, as in awesome?
All right. A as in awesome. Now Marissa's mad at me because I called her out on not knowing how to do that letter, but it's all good.
No. We were mixed communication over
All right.
here.
There you go.
So the letter again is what, Casey?
A, as in awesome.
All right, A. That's now
An
we got it.
awesome letter, L.
And we have a summer concert triple play at Citizens Bank Park. A pair of tickets for each of these shows. Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett, June 25th. Dead & Company on July 10th. And Red Hot Chili Peppers on September 3rd. And tickets are on sale now for each via Ticketmaster. And you can go to WMMR.com for complete details. All right, with that, we just need to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
And then we'll get out the way for one Mr. Pierre Robert. I want to thank Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors. Also brought to you today by Polar Seltzer, no sugar, calories, or funny business. Refreshingly natural Polar Seltzer. And also Dunkin', the official coffee of the Preston and Steve Show. So we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll get together. We'll figure it all out. That's it. We are done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.